Good morning.
Morning all.
Day 2.
I started right. Morning, fellas. Morning, chat.
Morning.
Morning.
I like it. Good morning. Day 2.
We enjoyed it that much. We're going to do it again today.
How mad are we?
Yeah, I was
Morning,
happy.
Tracy. Scott. Morning, Kane.
I was happy
Morning.
to come in this morning and just see nobody here. It's like, no, we're not doing it again today. No.
Done.
We might get that reaction tomorrow.
There'll be one of us starting it tomorrow, and it won't be me.
Yeah, I'll get it tomorrow. It's fine.
Good morning, Ryan. Oh, well, I hope you all enjoyed day 1 because the views we've had off Facebook alone have been astronomical, and it's kind of made the hard work that's got in behind the scenes to organise all this from everyone involved well worth it. Thank you very much for tuning in. We do appreciate that. In the thousands, which was kind of mind-blowing, really.
It was almost 4,000 views. Almost 4,000 views on Facebook alone yesterday. So
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Crazy number. I mean, we thought it was going to be big, but to see the amount of viewers we had at that point was just wow.
Crazy number for us, anyway. Crazy number for us. So
yeah,
for that.
Yeah, and we've got more big news today.
Yeah,
especially this morning as well. This what here? We've got some heavies.
it's a big day today. Saturday.
It is a big day. Saturday's always a big day at Expo now.
Yeah, yesterday was just a B2B day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right. We're all good, thank you. Well, I'm good. I don't know about these guys.
I feel like I've actually been to an expo. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. When I came off last night, I was literally, my whole body felt like I'd walked around the entire expo all day. I'm like, how the hell is my body feeling like this? All I've done is sat on my ass.
You sat on your ass all day as well.
Yeah. The only difference is I end up with a headache from looking at a small screen, well, 2 screens all day.
Yeah, I literally went from here to about 2 feet that way where my bed is. Like stretched out because my body was just like compacted from being sat in this chair all day.
Well, it's fine because for the morning and afternoon segments, I'm sat in a nice, comfy office chair, which is nice and swivelly. And then for the evening slot, which lasted 5 hours, I was sat on a dining room chair, and I felt like somebody had just squished me into a ball, and I couldn't move. So I got up off this chair after we finished with Oggy, and I kind of like shuffled into the living room and just died.
I mean, I've got to say the guests we had on yesterday were amazing. Everybody brought something different to the table. It was brilliant finishing it off with Oggy last night from morning start. Character. We love Oggy. We love his brand. So
I was in and out on that one last night, and I came on. I'm like, oh, let's see how it all ended, and that like 11 o'clock, and you're still chatting. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. And man, Oggy, I said to you, Oggy probably could have waffled on for another hour if he wanted to, but I mean,
yeah, he's a great bloke.
It's really nice to hear somebody who's actually in that manufacturing process, like from start to finish. Like,
yeah.
It's really
Who
nice.
wants to answer this question?
Robbie, we are on all day.
Yeah,
we have a short break for lunch and a short break for dinner, but essentially we're on from 9:30 right the way through till about 11 o'clock tonight.
And same again tomorrow, and it was the same yesterday.
It's basically imagine the expo, but
longer. If we do an expo hours, we'd be closing at 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'd be paying considerably more for lunch.
Yeah, we would be paying £15 for a dodgy burger and a crappy beer.
Yeah. That's why I was bringing the Gingsters Cornish pasties. Yes, they're not a proper Cornish pasty in a way because I bought them from Asda, but it's better than anything that the Expo can offer. And I tend to bring my own beer anyway.
Mate, ginsters, I hate ginsters, and it's cheeky them call themselves a Cornish pasty because they're not made in Cornwall.
No.
Even though they say on there that they are.
Well, mate, they are made literally on the border of Cornwall in Devon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an FP.
Yeah.
We got one of the PvP brigade in. Jay Jerry, nice to see you, buddy.
Hello.
Morning.
Anyway, what's everybody vaping on this morning? Any changes from yesterday?
Yeah, I've mixed it up a little bit. Seeing as we've got the boss man from Immortal on this evening, I've pulled out my limited edition Viking grip with matching Elite V3, half moon tip up top with some Sub-Zero coils in there. My juice for today, which was by accident because I was supposed to be using my Wake and Great, but I'm using my only e-liquids shortcake, which is like a millionaire shortbread. Other than that, I'm still on my dot mod. So that's me today.
If anybody can speak or read Cantonese, I can't. I'm assuming that's Cantonese.
I have no idea, but nice to have you aboard, buddy. Oh, it sounds like my little.
That's good morning.
Chris, what you on today, brother?
I'm on the Duff Power as always. This time I changed me Bonza RDA over from the black one with the custom red tip that I was sent by Dormesh Tips a while back, just because I've got a little bit of red on there, so I just thought matchy. On that, I'm on my custard crack as always. This is my second bottle, by the way. I'm on already. I'm also on the good old Invader 3 with my B2 that's it, APOC. And on that, I'm on Dinner Ladies. Good morning, Oliver.
Morning, Oliver.
Possibly a bit later, I'll be busting out the hog and that lot because that's a pretty thirsty battery-wise mod, so I tend to charge that up regularly. So that'll probably be on a bit later on today. And that's it.
Cool.
Oh, for the coffee.
Chris, what batteries are you using in your hog?
At the moment, I'm using the the VTC 5As.
Have you tried using the Molly cells, the P28As?
They are on the buy list very soon. It's just I'm trying to Every time I get money, I either end up spending it on more juice.
Okay.
Right, or he's just like I have to put it onto bills and things like that. So I'm trying to get the money. So I'm going to buy 8 of them in one bulk. So I've got 2 sets. So one can be charged while I use the other set.
Yeah, they're really good in the hog. I used to use them. I used them in that one.
Yeah.
So we are really great batteries.
Yeah, everyone's like Andy and you guys are all on about how good they are, and I'm like, I'll give them a knock if I'm that good. And that, especially on the hog.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's caramel custard, but because it's that good, we've all called it custard crack because we're just addicted to it. Especially Vincent here. He's got through how many bottles by now? You've got to be nudging 20.
Yeah.
I don't think you can hear us.
I'm not with it this morning yet, and I'm getting invaded, so bear with me, folks.
Yeah, he's up into the 20s by now.
I'm on the. I'll do myself. It's fine. I'm just rocking the one this morning. Just my Siege that I was rocking yesterday with my OD Apocalypse gear, some Sub-Zero. These are the 14 ply staples. Nice and fiery, just the way I like them. That had in its Prohibition riding shotgun. And that's it this morning. I will add some setups throughout the day just because, yeah, why not? Bossman's on later, hence why I'm immortal right up.
So cool. Sorry.
You haven't got one of these yet, have you, Paul?
Not yet, no. They are on order. So next time
I've
Mike does one with Florida Vape Supply, I'm getting one.
I've got the only t-shirt that does matter.
The League.
The League t-shirt.
At least you changed it now, Chris. Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sat in my own house. You know.
Well, man, you still don't wear the same t-shirt 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
Underpants, yeah. T-shirt. No.
Oh, is that where I've been going wrong?
Morning.
Morning.
Right, now go inside the house.
Can we borrow his energy?
Oh, he's always like it. Right, I'm just vaping on one thing at the minute because I'm literally got my head up my backside trying to get people to make sure they come on at the right time. Anyway, I'm just on my clutch with World of Vape. Yeah, RDA thingy from Immortal.
That thing you put liquid in.
Yeah, RDA thingy. And I'm on some Prohibition White Lightning Ice still. I can't stop vaping that, and it's a watermelon, and I don't like watermelon.
It's good though.
I will get on some other things because my desk is just full of devices and liquids and Pepsi at the minute. So I've got my head sorted a little bit, and everyone else sorted. I will sort another vape or 3 out.
Out of the White Lightning and White Lightning on ice, which ones do you guys prefer?
I prefer the ice.
Yeah.
I haven't vaped enough of the ice yet to tell. I've only done a small drip test on it, and it is good. I really like the White Lightning. For me, it's one of those flavors. I vaped it for a couple of days, then I found it was starting to give me a little bit of the old heartburn.
Right.
Flavors like that do that to me.
Pretty much constantly.
So I'm not the only one that actually gets heartburn from some juices, then.
No, I do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't even look at
really weird.
And I shouldn't do either. I'm on some pretty serious heartburn meds. So
imagine how bad it would be if you weren't on them.
yeah, no, it's when I forget to take them. I'm supposed to take them daily, but I don't. I take them probably once every 3 days. But I find that one will just cover me. For then I start to get heartburn. But I need one. Problem is they take like 24 hours to kick in. So I'm like, I'm dying. And I'm all right.
Robbie Patty said, definitely get some custard crack. It's definitely worth it. Good evening, Joanna Brown.
Who is that?
Jonathan
Robbie. The shop where they get the custard from is called Vaporuni. They're going to be on later today, so look out for those guys later.
Yeah.
Morning, Zippy. Morning, mate.
Evening, Zip.
How's everyone doing? Everyone good?
Oh, hello. Hello, Zippy. Good morning.
All right, man.
We're getting there.
One of the others noticed me. You don't normally.
By the way.
Just leaves you dangling.
I was going to say, yeah, Vinny brought you in, not me. I was like, fuck it, Zippy.
We're all good.
I'll tell you what, right now, though, boys, what I am missing right now, which would be normal, Expo, right about this time, would be breakfast at Wetherspoons, apart from Zippy.
Yeah. So we'll just sit outside in the cold, in the rain, waiting for Zippy, who turns out he's actually in the gym and was never coming.
Yeah. with the most expensive, shittest breakfast we've ever had. And Paul just sat there looking like this.
I told you should have gone with me and Steve, and Bill normally goes to the truck. And we have a Friday. It's like our custom when we all go together. We all meet up at the truck stop.
Yeah.
And we go and have a proper trucker's breakfast, man. There's liver and onions and all sorts on it.
What, on a breakfast?
My usual thing, apart from last year, is to do the Mackey's breakfast on the way there or just eat driving. But obviously, we all decided to meet up at Spoons in October. Well, some of us did.
Yeah. Some of us decided to hit the gym instead.
I had every intention of being there. I got caught up.
in the gain life. Anyway, Vinny, don't tell fibs. You know full well you had a Mackey's breakfast on the way as well.
No, I didn't. No, I was on a budget.
Man, he was eating too.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Rabbit's awake and in the chat.
I should think so.
You wait.
He just put.
Jesus.
That's the level of commitment I like to see.
It's like 5 in the morning there.
I don't think he's awake for us, dude. I think he's just. Yeah, he's 5 hours behind us, dude. It's 10 to 5 there in the morning. Like that shit.
That's
even been to sleep yet?
That's early for my kids.
Do you know what, Michael? I agree with that. I cannot wait for Mackey's to reopen just so I can get the sausage and egg muffin.
Oh, no, man, it's got to be the bagel.
See, I like the bagels as well. I might have to do a double breakfast.
Bagels with the hash browns and all sorts. Good morning, John.
I don't do McDonald's breakfast. I just wait till they serve
Morning.
Big Macs and just eat those instead.
Nick says, yeah,
Half
spoon
10,
breakfast
Big
and a
Mac time.
pint. Unfortunately, they wouldn't sell us a pint at that time of the morning last year.
Isn't it?
We would have done by the time we left there because we were waiting that long.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I went and had food before. I went and had breakfast before you lot arrived, and they gave me a pint.
Yeah.
Well, would you give them a pint?
No.
You know what I mean?
I was like that. I was like, I'm getting right on the beer. Half
Well,
9 in the morning.
While we've got Sean Tooth on, if he wants to put a link into his Facebook page for his stands and stuff, go check him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would have quite happily got Sean on over the weekend, but he has issues with streaming and stuff like that. So otherwise, Sean definitely would have been on.
Yeah. And yeah, if you've not seen his arty stands, well, where have you been? They're incredible.
I've got him on the hunt for me.
Ooh.
You remember, right? I don't know if anybody remembers him. Mark Sherwin, he did the build puck.
Yeah.
That's one he did for me, like years ago, for the V-dub. So I've asked Sean to see if I can be getting a piece of driftwood or something to have that mounted in.
Yeah.
With a build stand incorporated sort of thing. So he's on the look. He'll be spending time today cutting off some more fingers. Dude, don't. I remember them pictures, man. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Don't cut your fingers off. Oh, I really want to see those fingers. I really want to see those fingers.
We've got somebody waiting, haven't we? Is he logged in yet?
He's down there. He's down the bottom. You can see him.
He's down there waiting like a patient little lad.
Yeah.
Stewing.
Keep him waiting. Morning, Rabbit. So no, but as I say, Sean, put your link to your page and stuff, man. Put it on the page as well. Put it in there. You know, anybody who hasn't got his stuff, go check him out, man. He does some really nice. I wanted some at Rustic, and he did that for me.
Yeah,
and it looks. It's got all the little scars in it and everything, man. It's like proper.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Check him out, man.
Yeah, whatever you do, I was kind of dreading you going just like look inside it and everything just.
Mate, I've done that. Trust me, I've done that. I've lost about 3 tips and I don't know where they are. And I've even managed to lose. If anybody can help me, right, I'd really appreciate it. My layer cake, I've lost. You know the insulator.
What, the middle part of the cake?
Yeah. I've lost it.
They had issues with that anyway, didn't they?
Yeah, I do like the RDA though as well. I do like that RDA. I'm just missing that centrepiece. We actually found it, and Sarah said to me, she goes, "Is this off anything?" I was like, "I don't think so."
Chuck it away.
Yeah, he's got one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chris, I might be.
I spent a few weeks panicking.
Yeah.
I was panicking because I thought I'd lost that pin. Because I only used it as a squonker in the Half Moon. And I spent ages like panicking, thinking I'd lost it, forgetting that there's actually a secret compartment in the bloody bottom of the box.
Yeah. I actually
and it was literally hidden underneath a bunch of the O-rings.
Yeah. I went to build mine the other day and I sort of got everything set and I was like, oh shit.
There goes that idea.
So, but what we all on today?
Should we bring the young man on down, or should we leave him until 10 minutes?
Put the timer
he's got
on.
6 minutes. I'm on these two. Today's it.
Nice. I'm undecided. That's the biking, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm half and half on that. I quite like the look of it. But
do you know what?
See, I'm not a fan of splatters, man. I like the proper. I like to get my own bit done.
So you like these because you like the original grip anyway. This is just the grip plus.
No, I have to check them out.
Yeah, man, definitely do it.
So come on, what do you want to do?
We've already done it.
We've already done that bit.
We've already done that. We've all done that.
Yeah. So what are you on?
Sorry. I'll just piss off then, shall
I? Yeah, go on. You know.
Well, I've sort of just got set up, so I've still got everything out. But today I'm going with these two mainly. And I've got my rhubarb and custard from Electrovape. And he did me a solid. I wanted to give him a shout yesterday. Apple pie, man. I've been craving an apple pie.
Oh, is that the one he hooked you up with?
Yeah, it's one of his recipes, and he does it for me, like, so I managed to get some apple pie. It took 8 bloody days to get to me. He's only dude, he's 10 miles up the road. He put it in the post on Monday, and Monday the last week, and turned up, I think it was Friday.
Wow.
I was like, shit. No, Thursday, sorry, it turned up. But 8 days it took to get in.
Mate, the post is absolutely wank at the minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of the other firms do it. I mean, I sent, because obviously I traded the grip with John Whitaker.
Yeah.
I sent it down, Royal Mail. It got there the following morning.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some stuff's getting there really quick. Some stuff just.
Like, what?
Well, Andy sent my package out Monday, and it didn't arrive till Friday, and that was on the next day.
Yeah.
So
but we can't complain. You know, we can't have a go.
The only gripe I have with all that situation is they still charge full whack for special delivery, even though they can't guarantee it now. It's just a bit harsh, really.
Have you been humble?
My special delivery within 24 hours from Edinburgh. So
Nick Bradley's Sutton, man, I'll get some of that sorted. I've got to send some over to you.
What amazed me is Andy sent that from Wales to me, and it took 5 days. Whereas when they mucked up with this and didn't put it in the post, this came from Florida and was sent on a Monday and arrived in UK on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Just like into Mike's
hand. Did they just rotate the plane as they flew over?
Airdropped.
I reckon they just attached it to some kind of pigeon.
Something pigeon.
Attached it to a seagull and fired it over cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, it's 2 minutes to. Should we get the man on? He's been sat down there.
No. Make him wait. Make him wait. Be prepared.
Here he is, lot.
Morning, all.
Morning, Kieran.
Morning,
Remember,
Kieran.
best behaviour.
Always best behaviour.
How you doing?
Kieran, turn YouTube down, bro.
Yeah.
Is it turn it up? YouTube.
Turn your YouTube sound up.
Always best behaviour.
Switch your YouTube off. Turn the volume off.
Right there.
Turn your YouTube sound off.
Is that better?
No.
No, turn your volume off.
Then I can't hear you.
Are you watching it on your phone?
No.
You only need StreamYard on, dude.
Yeah, you don't need the what's it. Oh, there you go.
That's better.
That's much
That's
better.
when I've muted him.
Now, this is where we find out is watching it on YouTube and answering that, which according to that has got about a 5-minute delay for him.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting half hour.
Yes.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah, but we can still
You've
hear
still
you.
got YouTube on, man.
Still hear us.
It's only on my computer.
Yeah, switch your sound off.
No,
Then how do I
he's
hear
getting
you?
it.
Through StreamYard.
That's what I'm on.
That's it. It's okay. That's fine.
That's better.
Perfect.
That's better.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my little one just trying to put the window through.
I had Facebook on the on my other internet browser.
That'd be why then.
Right, now we've sorted that. What do you want to do with your 5 minutes?
It'll take me that long to wake up.
No, so for anybody that don't know, this reprobate
Kindly.
is Kieran New, and he owns the Vape Shed, which is a fresh company from down in Essex, his way. So tell us about the company, man.
Where to start? Opened. When did we open? Opened November last year. I've been in the industry for about 6-7 years now, and then finally opened up my own business. So started small. We've got one shop at the minute, currently expanding. Before all this happened, we've agreed 2 more shops. Website. So we're pushing forward this next year. Just love the industry. It's not. We're not here to make a quick buck. We're here to help people. It is a quit smoking place. It's not just, we start from everywhere from starter kits all the way up to your mechs, your advanced, your billet boxes, dot mods. We cover the whole lot. It's just passionate for the industry. It is getting people off smoking. And if we can help in any way, that's what we're kind of here for. So we cater a bit of everything, really.
Awesome. And I believe you've kindly offered a discount for any of the leaguers and anybody else watching today. If you want
to 20% off the whole website, hardware and e-liquid. We've also got some other deals on there. The code works even if they're on offer already. The code still works. So that's just Expo, and that'll get you 20% off the whole site.
That's awesome.
Nice one, dude. Awesome.
You got any doors?
This is where everybody rages billet prices.
I've got doors somewhere. Somewhere in here, I've got doors for that. I've got the limited edition Tiffany ones as well.
Yeah, I saw those. They're really nice.
And
nice
I've still got a Tiffany.io in stock.
Not bad, not bad. Now's the time to grab one with that discount.
I love the Tiffany. It would match my Tiffany Petri.
Oh, the Tiffany is amazing. I don't know where I found it.
I didn't get the Tiffany up. I've got pink though. You know, like a man. Blue, pink.
I'm saying nothing. It's too early. But you know,
if it was after 6 o'clock, we could say what we were thinking.
I've had 3 girls offer to swap that mob again. I'm like, no, I'm not swapping it.
So, but no. So as things for you down there, how you find it?
It's going really well. The website's been taken off, so we do home delivery as well. So we cover 5 or 6 different areas. So we do same day delivery, orders before 3 o'clock. We've got free postage on any orders over £20 on the website, still free shipping, and it goes out the same day. So it's been taken off really well. We're the only one that stayed open around here because the only other shops we've got around here are franchise. You know, you're totally shite. All of them, they're the only competition we've got. So they've all shut doors, and we've just been nicking all the customers now. So it's gone really well.
Fair play. And there's a serious question there from Rabbit. How did you find vaping, and how did you get started?
How did I find vaping? I started when it was just the CE4 pens, silica wicks, back proper basic. It was needed to quit smoking, was heavy smoker, and just needed to change my life. So I started vaping, started getting really into it. I've done a bit of everything in the industry. I've worked for manufacturers, distributors, then I run a shop for a while as well. And then it was time to pull my finger out and do it for myself rather than do it for other people.
Nice one, man. So, why is everyone going quiet? I don't like silence, man.
Sorry, I'm doing all the banners that I meant to do last night completely.
So,
retard.
So what's obviously before you just said that you've got plans for 2 other shops. Will that still be going ahead after everything that's gone on? What's the plan for Vape Shed?
Yeah, definitely. We've still got there's a few other things that we're looking at as well. We've already had the plans all drawn up, ready to go. That we're just waiting for this all to blow over. We've got there's another thing. There's pods that they're doing at the minute. There's a big company that does pods. They do massive pods, and they've got the contract for all Morrisons across the whole of the UK, and they're looking for vape shops to go in. There's a few big franchise people that have done it, but they're looking for more independent companies. So that's something that we're looking for and get drawn up and move forward once this is all blown over and we get some sort of normality back. We've got a juice line that's already in production. That should be coming out in we'll wait and see, hopefully a few weeks. There's a few other bits coming. It's quite exciting.
Oh,
sounds cool, man.
Just everything at the minute, so obviously, same as everyone, everything's on hold at the minute, waiting for this to blow over, and then we can go full steam ahead.
You're going to give us a look around the shop?
I can. It's a bit of a mess at the moment.
What's new? We all know you.
So, try to do this without. So we've got quite a big shop. We've got a little lounge area, some seats. We've got the TV area.
Oh, that's right, man.
I'll take you behind. Not from behind, but
Good.
It's a really nice shop, man. Really nice shop.
Nice shop, man.
Good size.
There we go.
So, where exactly are you, so that people know?
We're based in Debden, or Loughton, some people call it. Just in Essex, so it's just off the M25.
Superb, man.
Well, you love this game. I'll tell you this. You'll like this, Zippy.
Kind of. All I can see is a little thing there that people
We got a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got all panels coming. I've just finished the design work on the dot panels. We do billet box panels as well.
Nice.
It's got all billet box panels,
really nice.
internals, dot mod stuff.
There you go. There's another one for you. Where did the idea for Vape Shed come from, and how did you get it started?
I actually owned the domain the Vape Shed for about 4 years. It's always something that I've been doing, but it's just kind of getting the nerves up to dump everything into a business and risk it all. And then kind of just over the space of about 2 weeks found a shop, and then it was just go time from there. Once I found the shop and I saw the location, saw everything, and thought, right, there's something missing in this area. It's needed. I just went and done it. And that was it. We got the keys, and then it was a quick. I think we opened when we got the keys. We was open a month after we got the keys.
Yeah.
Because it was just me and the old man, and that was it. And we just done the shop. Just us.
Fair play, man.
Bit crazy.
It's done well considering, you know, it's still pretty fresh and stuff.
Mm.
The Vape Shed name, it's something that I always thought of. That was always my intention. When way back before I even had the shop, it was just something that was always in my head. I checked everywhere. There was nothing with the name, and that was it.
Surprising that, really. You think it'd be quite a popular name.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When I first come up with it, I thought there's going to be 4 or 5, you know, there's going to be other companies there. The research, there's nothing. So we're fully trademarked now, fully registered. The logo, everything is all trademarked now in the UK. There's only one other that I found, which is in New Zealand.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only one I've seen.
Other than that, we couldn't find nothing, even a similar name. There's nothing that we could find anywhere.
Yeah.
That was no mistake.
It's all going good.
Did it disappear?
Oh, they're the flower ones. Yeah, they're nice. They are.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't get the whole billet box thing myself.
See, I get the billets and all that. I've not owned one.
Billets are on another level. It's my only go-to.
I mean, billets have just gone through the roof, man. Like, just like.
So
there's a question for you.
I'll speak to you after, Zippy. I've got my delivery should be here this week. I've got about 20 minutes turning up. It should be this week, hopefully.
Bloody hell.
It's just waiting. Slow mo.
Everything's on slow mode.
I've had a car in custom since, when was it? The 10th. So everything has just gone straight down with roll foul.
Yeah.
No, hopefully, man, this doesn't carry on much longer and you can get back to doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
you said that was a good question. What was you going to say?
What?
You said just that was a good question. You sort of missed it.
Oh, yeah. So obviously you get loads of stuff, billet boxes and everything. I'm going to talk about dot mods because, as you know, I love mine. Are you having any plans of getting the dot shell?
Yes. That is currently, again, hopefully should be this week.
Brilliant. Let me know.
There's someone I'm talking to in Canada who made strip tips and buttons for dot mods.
Right, okay.
Dot mods as well, and makes billet box stuff as well. So hopefully that should be coming over again in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, fantastic.
So we'll have all different custom panels, clear acrylic, all the way to all custom designs.
Yeah.
And what sort of lines are you stacking in there for the people, no?
We do a lot with Momo, Mr. Wicks. We've got Candies, we've got Juice Eggs, 100 Large, Squeeze, Wick Liquor, Zeus, Homeboy, Right Squad, One It Wonder. I've got loads. Yeti, I work really close with. A fantastic range.
Fair play, man.
One to try. It's a really nice colour.
And you're finding we've heard a couple of shops that, you know, I mean, I know they're still doing online and stuff. I know of one shop in particular that's had a few complaints with regards to people waiting for the vape mail. Believe it or not, they are complaining. How are you finding it? How are you finding?
I've probably, out of all the orders that I've shipped, I've probably only had one or two that hasn't made it there in time.
Yeah.
I've had one parcel that's lost and two that haven't got there in time. The rest of them have pretty gone well, to be fair, which I'm quite happy about. The rest, you know, I was expecting, and I have been telling people, Royal Mail saying between up to 10 days parcels to turn up. But luckily, most of ours have been next day.
Fair play, man.
Well, on the website, we've got the DHL option. So you can put DHL, it's picked up the same day and it is with you next day guaranteed. So that's on there, and that's only $7.50 as well. So it's the same price as special delivery. So you have got that. If you do want it very next day, then you can go straight ahead and go on DHL, and you know you're guaranteed to get it.
Yeah.
Fair play, man. So if anybody's wondering how to get around the waiting game, now you know.
DHL's the way forward.
Yeah, man. What's Vinny doing?
Trying to sort out.
I'm trying to work out who's taking back. That's all. Technicalities, you lot carry on talking, don't worry.
So you say you Vape Shed caters to all different types of vapor then. So what kind of, you know, hardware do you have in stock in your shop?
So we start from your basic pre-filled pods, the kilo pods we stock.
Yeah.
So we've got them in for you. We sell a lot of them to elderly people who don't want to fill up with liquid, who don't want any mess, don't want any hassle. They want to put a pod in and it's done.
Yeah.
We stock them. Then we go up to your Caliburns, Piranhas, Lord Kits, Vinci Airs. Then we go even up higher. You've got the Boost, the .AOs to the PM80s. Then to the full kits, the Drags, the Smock Morph kits. And then we go up even higher to... We've got like the big vape Agent Strong card, the Dot Mod Stronkers, regulated, the Dot Mod 200 watts. Like the Aegis X, we start from the bottom and to the very, very top as well. We've got a few Mets left. So we do try from RDAs.
Nice. So it does cover the whole range of what anybody would possibly need. Brilliant.
Yeah, we've got the full spectrum. I mean, we start in starter juice for 50/50s. We've got 7 brands of starter juice. So I didn't want to be one of them. I say a normal vape shop. There's a lot of vape shops that I've personally been into. We started with vapes. What starter juices have you got? The flavors are normally very limited. It's your basic blackcurrant, raspberry. So I wanted to go full out on starter juice as well to cater for them. So we've even got like Momo 50/50, so you can have Sodalish, Drizzle Dream, Lionberry, all of them in a 50/50, just jam. So you can have just Strawberry Donut, just jam, all of them. They do in 50/50 as well, so 6 and 12 milligram. And then we've got the whole salt range. And the salts is where, obviously, as everyone knows, it's mental at the moment.
Yeah.
So we've got a massive, that whole bottom shelf is just salts, and then I have more on the can as well.
Oh, fair play.
Nice.
So, I suppose the biggest question then is, obviously you're a new, you know, still a relatively fresh sort of business out, making your name and stuff. What's the vision for Vape Shed? Where are you? If I said to you, where do you want to see yourself in 3 years' time? Where would that be with Vape Shed?
Ideally, we want to be along the lines of having 5 to 6 shops. I don't want to go too mad on shops, because you've still got to have the time and the care to put into them. If you open too many, you can't, you know, this is my vision, this is my brain, this is me. I can't put myself that far across to make sure the service is good. It's all happening. And this is where a lot of the big franchises lose it, because you lose that customer relations, you lose that care. You just put a staff member in there and they sit there for however many hours they are, just throwing it at people, and that's it. There's no care. and you've got to watch that. So the website, obviously, we want to get bigger. There's a few juice lines that we're going to be coming out with. There's looks of RDAs and hardware as well that we'll be getting done. So that's in the ballpark as well.
Sweet.
Nice.
So big plans then?
Yeah, we've got a few big plans, and it's going the right way already. I mean, we've only been open five months now, but it's definitely going in the right step. It's getting to where I want.
5 months.
I know. I remember you getting shocked how quickly you turned it around into the what it is now. You know, I mean, that was a phenomenal timing. And I know
all the walls needed plastering, full rewiring, full everything. It was.
I know you come across a few issues, and you were a little bit stressed, shall we say?
Yeah, off the wall and seeing a rifle through like 4 inches of cable, and you go, I've now got to recable it all and everything. It does take its toll, but made it, and it is.
No, I mean the way that you turned it round and actually got set up in the time that you did, it's, really,
Yeah, and still made a really nice job of it as well. It's not just a case of, you've not just slapped a bit of emulsion on the wall.
That's it. It is credit to you for how quick you did it, man. It's I hope that this that's going on at the minute really doesn't sort of impact too much, and I hope everybody can recover from it. Business.
Yeah. We're quite lucky where we are because the council work brilliantly with us. We're lucky to be on the council. This shop owned by the council, so we're quite lucky. I mean, they've been fully supporting us. They've gave us free rent. They've done bits like that as well. They've really pushed the boat out with us.
That's great.
So what's your most popular juice line that customers tend to like to buy?
Dr. Vapes, that sells really well. Obviously, that's what I vape myself, Dr. Vapes. That flies out. The custard range is brilliant, KSTRD. The banana custard in that is amazing. And in the sauce, that is the best dessert salt. Well, Dr. Vapes are black, and the custard banana is the 2 best dessert salts that I've found out of everything. They fly off the shelf. The Frot ciders. If you've not tried it, that one.
I've tried it.
Mango raspberry cider. That is amazing.
Why is it always got to be mango?
Paul, I've got one that you need to try. It's a lovely mango menthol. You would absolutely love it.
Nasty.
Orange and mango. Yeah, you really love that, mate.
He's still got to live up to this challenge of trying it out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He hasn't sent it yet.
Yeah, dude, it's just in the post somewhere.
Asleep?
Yeah.
I think he's busy sorting stuff out.
Yeah. He sent it in December. It's in the Christmas post.
Processing units on overload, is it?
Yeah.
That you?
Yes, mate.
Fair play to him, man. He's doing well. That's the main thing. He's getting there and hopefully staying busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's another UK shop, another UK website. It's great to see. Doing well.
And he's back.
And I'm back.
Is that an order coming for you?
Yeah, it's just
good. Good, man. As Josh has just said, he said it's nice to see another UK, firm coming through that's, as passionate as everyone else. You know what I mean? It's really good.
That's what I mean. Once we get back to normal, we've got loads of schemes on in the store as well that we do. In Essex, you've got a company called Essex Provide, and they deal with the NHS directly, and it's a government scheme for quit smoking. So we have a carbon monoxide reader in store. You can come in. If you want to quit smoking, you blow on the machine. It gives us your reading. If you can quit within 30 days' time, we give you £10 store credit to buy juice, hardware, whatever you want. And it's all government backed.
Nice one.
So we do that in store as well. That's gone really well with quit smoking around here.
Excellent, man.
That's a brilliant idea.
That's really another handy thing. They advertise us as well. All the doctor surgery around this area as well. They're with, so they go in and they say, look, if you want people to quit smoking, go to the vape shed. They've got the scheme with us. The doctors promote us as well in the local area. So it's really, it all ties in around here.
That's really, really cool. They actually tried something like that here in Nottingham, but they did it in an area of Nottingham which wasn't the best. So the people were getting the equipment from the vape shop and then going straight onto Gumtree and flogging it because, yeah. So they targeted specifically an area where it was going to happen. You know what I mean? So they just designed it to fail. It was
literally the whole of Essex is covered by these.
Yeah,
and they do, but the thing is, they won't put more than one vape shop in one area. They support you fully.
Yeah,
so they make sure the doctor surgery know where you are, where you're located. They've got your flyers. They promote you on the Facebook page. So they've got their own Essex Stop Smoking service. They've got their own Facebook page as well, where they promote quit smoking and try vaping as an alternative. So it is a really handy thing for us to have.
That's brilliant. That's really good.
I was going to say, that's an excellent idea, guys.
He's a very good scare factor for people. We've had people come in here that's like, I just want to look at it. I don't know. All right, come and do your CO meter. Sorry.
It's okay. Good to see businesses actually
I was going to say
quite well. Businesses
busy. Good to see.
Yeah.
What we like to see. We like to know that companies aren't actually getting too affected.
I mean, it's going to be taking effect on some. Hopefully, you know, as I say, everyone can recover from it. You know.
That's it. It'll take a bit of time to get back to normality, but it'll be for the same across most industries, really, won't it?
Yeah.
Just say, Stuart, you can hear me down below in the holding area. You will be on in 5 minutes, brother. 5 minutes, Stewie, down in the holding area.
Yeah, we come to deliver.
Ready and rearing to go.
Yeah. So I want to let Oggy know that he's on. He did ask for a reminder.
Already done it.
He did.
That's it. Get the jar out.
I've still got yesterday's cake.
That's the thing about the Oggy interview.
Minutes.
Every time he dropped the C-bomb, his face tickled me.
Don't like the word. Don't like the word. Horrible word.
Man, it's just a word. Them words are just things.
Exactly.
So how many leaguers we got on a minute?
There's 26 I can see here, but that doesn't show me Facebook. Facebook used to be a lot higher. That doesn't change that.
Sorry about that.
No worries, man. I've just knocked all my stuff over.
Probably is.
I've now got shit everywhere.
Moist.
Right word, that is.
Moist is a brilliant word.
I like to keep my cotton moist.
Love that word.
I've never had
Any promos and everything you're running, buddy, I'll share it across all the social media. The LXV and my social media and everywhere else. We're doing that for everyone over the weekend. So send me whatever you've got, buddy, and I'll get it shared.
Well, I have also got, I've told Zibby this morning, I've got 2 50% off discount codes that I'll send over to you, Vinny. You do what you want with it, give it to whoever, except for myself. If I see a postage come up for Vinny, I know.
Hang on. Don't you know all his other aliases?
I'll send you through discount codes. You want to who you want. Anyone.
That's awesome. Thank you.
With it being hard as well, we know what it's like. People not working, furloughed, waiting for money, self-employed, waiting 3 months to get money. We know how everyone's struggling. So we just want to give back a little bit as well. We're also donating to the charity giveaway reward.
Legend.
We've got some vouchers going. So I've got 10, 20, 30 and £40 vouchers going in.
Good man.
That's incredible, bro.
Much appreciated.
It is tough times, but the only way we can get through it is together. We've all got to help each other out.
And that's part of what all this is about. You know, it's about trying to get that spirit back, get everybody back together, and just have a good time. You know, we've been stuck in for 8 weeks, and it's like one weekend that everybody was actually looking forward to. That you know, beyond our control, but hopefully, you know, everybody sees what we're trying to do this weekend.
Yeah,
I just wanted me Nando's, my first ever Nando's in stupid Rona's.
You haven't had Nando's yet.
I was taking him to Nando's for his first ever Nando's, and it was supposed to be last night. It didn't happen.
Nando's.
Yeah, going to take you for a nice candlelit Nando's. Nice romantic evening, just the two of them.
We were going to watch a movie and everything.
Bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right then, Kieran, thank you very much for joining us, buddy. We're going to kick you off now because Murder Mods are waiting to come on. Thank you very much for your time and everything.
Thank you for coming, Kieran.
Stay safe, dude.
I will. You all stay safe.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That looks like a salute when I do that.
Right.
When my people wakes up, I'll do it. There we go. Good.
No, Ryan, you can't combine both the codes.
Which do we go? Here he is.
Here he is.
Hi.
Murder Mods in the house. Can you hear him?
No.
You're a bit quiet.
You're very quiet, mate.
We'll work it out.
And I think he's muted you.
There you go. Is that better?
That's much better.
Boy, technology don't make better.
There you go. How are we all doing, lads? Everything all right?
Oh,
yeah. Mate, how are you?
Good. Yeah, not enjoying this lockdown, to be honest. It's a little bit frustrating for me at the minute, to be honest.
Yeah. I think we're all feeling it a bit, aren't we?
You're really quiet. I can't hear you all very well at all, to be honest.
You're really quiet as well, Stuart. What can I do?
Right. Back in 5, making a coffee.
Any better?
How's that? Can you hear us all right now, Stewie?
Not very well, but it's okay. Don't worry, we'll work with it.
If you still got your headphones, try plugging your headphones back in, mate. See if that's any better. How about now?
Please, then. Can you hear us, Stuart? I don't think you can hear anything.
Yeah, I don't think you can hear us now, can you? No.
No. We'll work it out. We've got time. We've got time.
Technology is nonsense. Don't worry, we'll work with it. How are we doing anyway?
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great, bro. Glad to have you on.
Well done for putting this on, lads, by the way. I mean, it's a big shame that Expo didn't happen. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. Now, these are my, I consider Expo, well, up until a couple of years ago, the Expos are my holidays that I took every year. until I started working at them. They then became a little bit of a chore.
Yeah.
I don't advise anyone to go from being a punter to being someone that works there, because it loses its magic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's a big transition, isn't it, to go from that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
But your expos have been really successful. We were hearing last night. I mean, Oggy was saying how great your first sort of expo went with Murder Mod last night.
well, myself and the lads who were involved with Murder Mods, we all work in the vape industry anyway. So we've attended expos for, sort of as a different company, and it was because of our experience there that we decided to create Murder Mods.
Yeah.
We went to London Olympia. You had Oggy on last night. He came down with us, and even though it wasn't a big show out for people, we smashed it, guys. It was a great show for us. We were at the Models Gallery, and the amount of people that came up to me after saying, "You don't need to be on there, guys. We'll have you on our booth.
Yeah.
If you want to do another expo again, and we'll give you a space in our booth." That was awesome. So yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you say obviously you and a couple of you guys there who are making the Murder Mods. How did you kind of decide to change from working for other people to then creating your own mod? What was the transition period like for that?
I think what it was is that we were a wholesaler for some various mod companies, and it just got to a point where we thought, you know what? I mean, I've got engineering background. A few of the other guys have got engineering backgrounds before we came to the vape industry, and we just thought we can do this ourselves. Part of my reasoning for it was I saw Zippy on there last night. He had that side piece on the table. I mean, I used to carry one of those around in my pocket, and it was just the sheer weight and the non-ergonomic feeling I got from carrying a mech mod. I went, you know what, we can design this around the 21700 battery. We calculated the physics on it, and we went from there. Really, it was we came up with a good product, we think, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, they look incredible.
The mech is really, really nice, and obviously you've done some coatings now as well, Stewie, haven't you?
I have. I've got them around to show you. Are they? Yeah, I did. I had them all back. So originally we brought out the black, black and brass. Everyone likes black, and everyone likes brass. In fact, that's where the name Murder Mods came from. I mean, from a whole retailer point of view. I mean, it looks like a few of you guys work in the industry yourselves. Selling a black mod is far easier than selling any other color.
Yeah.
So we went down the road of murdered out. Everything was going to be murdered out, and that's where the name came from. As we sort of gravitate, sort of got a little bit more gusto going with it. We decided to let's be a little bit more risky with color patterns and palettes.
Yeah.
So I've got that one. That was a test run. We tried a battle worn to see what they've come up
nice.
with. It's a 1 of 1 at the minute, but it's something we may do in the future.
Yeah.
We've got this came back yesterday. This
That's
is
brilliant.
this is yeah.
It's real pretty.
Guys, honestly, I've got some amazing colours, to be honest. They're what else have I got?
You've got all these greens on there. It's a good job Zippy's not here, because he'd be coming to Wales to take them from you.
Sorry?
It's a good job Zippy's not on with us now, because he's got a thing for green. He'd be chasing you down for them.
Who's done that?
Who did that?
It wasn't me. I'm nowhere near my mouse at all, mate.
As you, you pressed
Hold
the
on,
wrong button.
hold on.
Here he is.
Weird. Right, that's not me at all. I'll add him back. And I'm away.
Oh,
There you go.
Technical
So
issues.
question for you guys: where are you? I mean, are you all Mac users yourselves, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all mech heads, really.
What you got
Obviously,
there? Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So we all love mechs here.
Yeah, just
It's,
Max all day
you
long.
know, for me, it's a way for. I always look at it like this. You know, you've got your electronic digital devices. That's your Japanese super bike, and then you got your mechs, which is that's your Harley Davidson, as far as I'm concerned. You know.
Yeah. I still
Vinny,
keep one of
take your
them.
beard off for this this nonsense.
Yeah. He has.
Oh man, this is going
As a
back.
reviewer,
I can't believe I had a fantastic beard.
Yeah.
And Alex from Nameless grew he called it a quarantash. And I was sitting around the house going, you know what, that looks like a good idea. And he goes, go on, Stu. Because I know that, you know, I'm quite friendly with everybody, sort of all the mech manufacturers around the UK. We're all sort of, we've all got a good relationship, I think. Well,
Yeah.
I've certainly got a good relationship with them. And yeah, that's it. You got some questions come up on the screen. Do you want me to answer those, guys?
Yeah. Go for it.
How
Up to
did
you.
I start vaping? Right, okay. So I got a bit of a health kick going on back in 2015. Been smoking since I was 11. I was full-time smoking by the age of 13. I'm 44 now, so I'm a bit of an old bugger. And yeah, I changed my life basically. I stopped partying, I stopped drinking, and the only thing left I had in my life was cigarettes and coffee. So I went, well, let me see if I can sort the cigarette bit out, and that was it. So 2015, picked up my my first vape device, and haven't looked back really since then. And I never for once ever thought that it would become the hobby that it is. I thought I was giving up cigarettes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually got my first vape device in 2011. I bought one of those. It looked like a pack of Marlboro. The charger was like a pack of Marlboro, and the cigarette was in it with the little cartomizers on the back. Yeah. I actually gave up smoking with that. I gave up smoking. I gave up vaping, and I put it down. And I think something happened in work. I used to be a civil engineer. Life got a little bit stressful. I went over to Saudi Arabia to work, and Marlboros were like £1 a packet. So I just picked up smoking again, you know. So yeah. So, but yeah, this time, yeah, you know, it is what it is.
I mean, that's quite a quick turnover in the grand scheme of things. If you think 5 years ago, you got your first vape, and then now you're making mech mods, and you know they're extremely good quality as well. So it is a quick transition, really. I mean, most people don't even think about that. I mean, I've been vaping 4 or 5 years now, and I've only recently transitioned to about 90% mech use now. So it's quite a quick process that you've gone through of change there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, it only took a year. So from me to, you know, from being an engineer, and I found out what I was doing for me was that I was spending all my spare time hanging around vape shops.
Yeah.
So, and don't be wrong, I love being an engineer, but it was quite a stressful job. And then, you know, I got quite friendly with people at Deluxe. Deluxe is a company in South Wales. I work for them now, and it just, you know, it became a thing of I can go and do my hobby for a living, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a huge decision for me to give up what I did to where I am now. But I tell you, you know, I'm reaping the benefits of it now, guys. Honestly, I wake up every day and go and do my hobby for a living. It's a dream come true, and I tell you, I feel blessed. I don't take it for granted for 1 minute. I make a gratitude list every day. I know it sounds absolutely bonkers to some people, but some people out there will understand what I'm all about. I make a gratitude list every day, and doing what I do for a living is on that list, 100%.
Rabbit's got another question for you, Stewie. I'll just pop it up for you. There we go.
Besides my mod, what's my favourite mech? Honest, I'm answering questions on your screen, all right, lads?
Yeah.
Bang! I was a huge Purge fan for years. Loved them.
Yeah.
I walked up to Mass Pleaso back in 2015 in Vape Jam with a V-God, which I just bought for like 50 quid, right? Saw his mods on that in the cabinet there, and I went, £300. It's only a metal tube. This is exactly the same. And he was quite humble, but he said they're not the same, and he quite politely said they're not the same. And I walked off going, the guy doesn't know what he's on about. What's he on about? 2 years later, I walked back up to him and went, well, it wasn't him actually, it was the guy at Superior, and I walked up and I went, I know the difference between your mods and a Chinese mod. And handed over 300 quid for my first Purge, you know. Yeah, it was, I loved Purge, I really did. I've got to be honest, I'm very much into supporting the UK industry now. It's, yeah, I mean, I'm I'm affiliated with Augie at Morningstar, 100%. Myself, Ginge or Matt, he's on the screen now. We started Murder Mods with some of the guys at Deluxe. There's 5 of us involved. That's another thing I'm going to say. We're not in this for the money. There's 5 owners of Murder Mods. We're not here. We're just here to make a statement, to do something we love. We're not in it to cash in. If we were here to cash in, there'd be 1 or 2 owners. Was not. There's 5 of us, you know. Yeah. So we're doing it for the love of it, 100%. We did. We started. Thanks, Gareth. We started with a manufacturer. It didn't go well. Unfortunately, we were in Expo last year with our prototype, which we weren't happy with, and that's what we bumped into Augie. Now I'd met him. I'd seen him a few times. Hadn't really met him at that point. Myself and Ginge instantly gelled with him. Yeah. As you know, I mean, he's Morningstar Manufacturing, but he does work with EWL as well. And so we went up there, had a little chat with them guys. Guys, if you should see, he was very humble. And one, he didn't let you speak last night, and that's him in general anyway. Right, you know, I mean, my phone calls I got with him constantly anyway. But we went up to see his setup in there. Guys, there's about 15, 20 machines in that machine shop, and I think the cheapest one there is £250,000. They are a proper professional setup. And when we walked in there and saw that, I went, okay, this is our guy. Yeah. So you know, I don't hide it. I'm very proud to say that through Morningstar Manufacturing and EWL, that's where I have my stuff made. I wanted to make sure it was all British made. And yeah, so definitely affiliate with them. Very friendly with the guys at Nameless. I was on the team with them at the start. You know, when I started Murder Mods up then, I dropped the team, but I'm still very friendly with Scott and Alex there. So yeah, for me, British manufacturing is where it is, guys. You know, we don't need to be buying in stuff from China continuously. We don't need that anymore. Like, you know, maybe rubber gloves and face masks, but you know, let's leave it at that, is it?
So what's next for Murder Mods then, Stewie? What you got planning after this run of colours?
What's next?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're only making 100 mods in each batch. That was the plan.
Yeah.
All along. Always low batches, always low numbers.
Yeah.
So what we've just done now is going to come up to the last of batch 1. Batch 2, it's going to be a variation on the AR25. I'll tell you a little bit more about the mod as well, guys. Okay, right. So there's something called critical mass. There's a lot of people that don't really understand what that is. Critical mass is a nuclear term. However, it applies to how current leaves a battery and travels through a device. So we calculated the amount of mass required in a device for the current to leave a 21700 battery, travel through and come back without creating resistance. So the lowest point of mass is the amount of will create resistance. Too much mass, you'll get voltage drop. So we calculated exactly what the sort of the sweet spot would be, and that's what the size of our mod is. I mean, people hold this in their hand and they can't believe that it's a 21700 mod. So we're always going to do a mod that's that size. So yeah, we've got a variation on the batch 1 coming out. I've got I don't want to show pictures on the screen now, but yeah, there's going to be a variation on it. So the exact AR50 25 you get there, this is only in the batch 1. We'll change it up for batch 2.
Yeah. Oh,
wow,
brilliant.
I love the thought that's gone into it. You said the physics of it all. That's just so in depth, Stewie. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a simple system, but when you're looking, I mean, everyone thinks, yeah, I'm just going to make a tube, chuck a battery in, and yeah, I can make a company. But when you look into it and actually look into how a mechanical mod actually works, there's some physics involved in there, and if you can look at the physics of it and sort of overcome the issues you get, I mean, yeah, it's like going down a rabbit hole, if I'm honest, guys. I thought it was going to be a little bit more straightforward considering our backgrounds. I mean, one of the owners, I mean, the guy used to paint airplanes, yeah, right? So we thought, we can paint anything we want. You look into sort of certain Cerakotes. I mean, some of them are isolators, some of them carry current. I mean, all these little aspects will make your mod perform at a higher level. So yeah, it's we've learned something. We've learned a lot, and we wanted to bring the first fully adjustable constant contact to the market as well, which is what we've done.
Yeah, because that does look like a really nice looking switch there. I'm a fan of a recess button. So with that button just being slightly underneath the lip of the actual mod, I like that. That's really nice.
Yeah, me too. I like
it. Yeah, it's not locking, but it's certainly, you can put it down. It's safe. It's there's a 4-pound spring inside, so yeah, it takes a little bit of gusto just to hit it.
Yeah, so it's got a firm feel to it.
So how long is this show going to be going on for, guys? You doing it all weekend, or was it just yesterday today?
Whole weekend. We did 9:30 yesterday.
How many cans of Monster you got stashed down behind your cameras?
Just water.
Just water. Diet Coke. What else we got going on there?
I'm on water at the minute. I'll be on beer later.
Okay. I gave up Monster actually at the start of lockdown, to be honest.
I
do use Monster for work. I try not to use it when I'm at home.
Exactly. I know, innit? Well, that's why I gave up Monster. I mean, we've got my 9 to 5 job is I work in the lab at Deluxe, so I work up there in the manufacturing of the liquids. I have worked in the shop as well, I'm quite happy in the lab at the minute. I've got a t-shirt actually that says "does not play nice with others" because I'm, I don't know. I think what it is, I've got to a point in life now where I'm a little intolerant of people. And,
the man below me, Mr. Otaku, is quite similar.
yeah, I have. And I used to put up with it, yeah, but now it's just like if someone talks BS to me now, it's just like, yeah, you're full of shit, mate. Sorry, I can't help it. It's just, I'm not gonna. I
filter.
don't do it, So yeah, they put me in the lab now. They put me in the lab now, which is I love it up there. But I do pop up one of the shops in the morning, load up the monster to take that out the lab with me, and way to go,
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyone, any more questions for Stewie?
Yeah, anybody in the chat got any questions for Stewie?
So, you leave an adapter for different size batteries, Stewie.
When you sleep.
Oh, sorry. You said the constant contact switch was adjustable, so you don't even need an adapter for your batteries.
That's right, yeah. I'll show you now.
Oh, brilliant.
So, it's an adjustable, but it's not just adjustable as in you could, if you wanted to use an 18650, I don't know why you would. You can adjust that pin out, yes. However, what is important with these is this. So inside, you've got on the back end of the button there is your other contact. Now that is adjustable. So by adjusting that out, you can now adjust the throw of your battery.
Right,
you can tailor this to anywhere you want.
That's cool.
And there's an extra bonus, the Mod Maker clean and jig.
Yeah.
Fits that. So we designed it. So we designed it that you can put your button on a cleaning jig and polish it up to a very high spec.
That's awesome.
We do like shiny buttons.
My pet hate is cleaning buttons.
So yeah, I mean, there's you can have your prototypes. You can sit there, go, yeah, this is a good idea. That's a good idea. And are there any changes I'll make for batch 2? Maybe one or two little ones, but I tell you guys, honestly, we're really happy with how this turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I've not held one yet, but I've seen a lot of pictures. I've seen a few reviews, and it gets reviewed very highly. Looks like a beautiful mod. I'd love to get one in my hand at some point, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes, Josh, we're at. I'm a little bit gutted because this weekend I would have been on a certain someone's booth, and I'm a little bit devastated I'm not, to be honest. But there we go. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But yeah, we're definitely going to be at Expo. I'm looking at Hall of Vape as well. We're looking at going there. Yeah, it's the future is bright, definitely. I mean, this whole lockdown thing has put a dent in everybody. I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand personally why they didn't consider vape shops as non-essential. Do you know what I mean? When my kebab shop at the end of the road that's ridiculous.
Some places, Stewie, they have done it. Some places it depends on councils, seemingly.
Yeah.
Some places they've been allowed to actually stay open, but have obviously social distancing and only let one in a shop at a time, and various other things. It seems to be down to council's interpretation of what they class as essential, which is surprising, really.
We've got our web open at the moment. We're still doing. We've got like our sort of flagship store at Deluxe. They're still open, doing controlling the web. So it's good. We can sort of get local deliveries out to our sort of customers there. But the fact of the matter is we've got 7 shops and 6 of them are closed. That's,
Yeah.
you know, so a lot of members of staff that are all sitting at home twiddling their thumbs. I feel useless. I think that's what the main thing is for me. You know, I feel slightly useless. I mean, we've got our social media platforms, and I've managed to be able to put a lot of effort in the murder mods while being off. But you know, yeah, I just hope that people don't go back to cigarettes, because you know,
That's the big word.
I know 100%. Right? Like I asked a question earlier about who does anyone vape in bed? Guys, I vape in my sleep. I vape in my sleep. That is in my bed. I wake up with that. I wake up with that imprinted on my ribs or something like that. Right? If vaping was banned tomorrow, I'd be smoking again. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
There's no.
I'm
I'm that person. You know. Yeah, I'll answer that one in a minute, Rob. But yeah, you know, so if our customers aren't getting their sort of vaping products, they're going back to smoking 100%. And I can't, you know, is that more important than getting a kebab? I don't think so, you know.
Definitely not health-wise anyway. Let's put it that way. The thing is, they said that smoking was classed as essential. I mean, even over in the States, they still branded tobacconists and things like that as essential, but not vape shops. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's
really
mental.
is crazy.
Okay, I just had a question that came up on the screen. What was my best and worst experience at Expo?
Yeah.
I'm going to start with my worst. It was in October of last year.
Yeah.
Now, Elemental, or Element, should I say, they had something there called a dab rig. I didn't know what a dab rig was. They had something on those dab rigs which were, oh God, what was it? It was a CBD crystal thing. So they had this ageless legend, yeah, right, with what essentially was a bong attached to the top of it. And they had this dab rig. Now I'm abstinent, okay, guys. There's no drugs, no alcohol. I'm coffee and nicotine. That is my life, yeah. And Kerith, who works for us at Deluxe, because we were there working for Deluxe, took me over. He said, "You gotta have a go with this." I said, "Right, well, it's only CBD. Give it a go." Right. So I took the Gaia Element. Said, yeah. So you press the button and you lift the lid, and you know it goes like a bong. Anyway, honestly, I swear like I've taken acid. I don't know if you heard what anyone else was like there, but the police came the next day and they closed Element down from selling it. I was sitting back at our booth, yeah, right, hiding under a box like that, right? If it wasn't for the members of staff, I gotta go, I gotta get out of here. It was the most paranoid, horrible experience of my life. And you know, I just had to get out of there. So yeah, boom, off back to the hospital under the duvet like that, sweating my tits off. It was horrendous. I can't believe that that's legal and people were paid to do it. I really can't, man.
Yeah, Rabbit's up nice and early from the States with his kids, so he'd love to be on the show, but he's just in chat at the minute.
Yeah, it's still quite early for him over there.
So yeah, best experience at Expo.
Best experience at Expo. Easy. Walking around 2007. What's the year? Yeah, 2017. So Andrew and Simon, who own Deluxe, he took myself and a member of staff up there for the B2B day. We weren't working that show. We just went up as B2B customers. And I had a bit of money in my pocket. I had enough, you know, really to pick up some little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And Andrew's walking ahead of me like that. And he goes, so me and Dan are walking behind him, and he just put his hand in his pocket, pulls out £1,000 and goes, "Lads, I bought some cash with me. If anybody need anything, just let me know." And I was just like that, oh my fucking God, what a legend this boss is. And I got to be honest, he is a legend. Everyone at Deluxe we are a family.
Yeah.
There's a bit of banter that goes on, obviously, but it is the best. You know, it's the best place I've ever worked. I've never experienced what we get there, honestly. The bosses are my friends, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
You know, there's no hierarchy. We're all equals, apart from our pay grades. But you know, but yeah, you know, sort of any member of staff can make a suggestion to them about the industry, and they'll take it on board. We're lucky, man. We're really lucky.
That's really good as well. You know, that they're taking that time with their employees to not just be a number to them. You know, they're looking after you. Like, you know, they really do genuinely care about you as an individual. It's great to see that.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, they're in it for the love of it as well. I mean, everyone thinks a vape shops make an absolute fortune. You know, yeah, there's money that comes in and out, but it goes out as well. Yeah, you know, but yeah, they're in it for the love of it. They really are. It's like I said, pleasure to work for them, really.
Yeah.
And everyone I've met in the industry as well. You know, you think people who play Dungeons and Dragons are geeky. I mean, we are people that have taken an old smoking habit and turned it into the geekiest hobby. We blow clouds of fucking competitions. I've got a girlfriend, right, that is watching me do online cloud comps, right, from our living room, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm in a cloud comp." She's like, "What's a cloud comp?" I'm like, "Well, what's now?" She's like, "Oh my God, that's absolutely ridiculous." Like, it is ridiculous, really, but it's a bit of fun, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're the geekiest lot in the bunch out of all of them, I think. Oh, I love it. I fit right in. Capadilla, so that's Augie. So that's the Star Manufacturing TV. That is Augie. And if any, you know, I don't know if any of you have seen the film Twin Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that was filmed where we live. Okay. It is. It's filmed in Swansea. We're Welsh. We're from here. We're proud of it. And it's one of Augie's favourite films. So there's a scene where the two brothers go Capadilla, oh yeah. That's how every phone call I've ever had with him starts.
Yeah, I've done a few rugby tours over in Wales over the years, Stewie, and yeah, I've enjoyed my time in Wales when I've been over there playing rugby.
Where have you been?
Oh God, we did a long weekend in Llanelli, and we did a weekend in Cardiff, Swansea, and somewhere called Powys.
Powys is a county. It's like 3 Yorkshire.
It was a good time. We did quite a few tours there.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, guys, I do apologize if I have met you and I haven't said hello in the past. Vinny, I've met. Vinny came up to the booth October last year. We were opposite where where they had the reviewers meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were directly opposite you there. I remember Vinny came up for a bit of a chat, you know, and but yeah. If you definitely come and say hello, guys. If we see you in October, if it happens, fingers crossed.
Don't think October will happen, Stewie. If I'm completely honest.
Sorry.
I don't think October will happen. I think it'll be May.
Guys, I've got my fingers crossed. I'm going to see Ramstein in June. I'm going to see them. I'm going to see them in Cardiff, and I'm going to see them in Coventry. And it has not been cancelled as of yet. I won't allow anyone to talk about it. It's happening as far as I'm concerned.
Like, yeah, they're doing that with a lot of people.
Plastered the Nightingale in October, I think. So I can't see him sterilising it and getting it empty before October.
Mate, they might do a February one at the NEC instead. That might be more realistic, but yeah, it's sad. I don't think they're going to have one this year at all.
I mean, we'll wait and see. I'm sure the next expo that happens will be absolutely massive, and everybody that goes is going to be absolutely buzzing for it. It's going to be.
We can only hope, man. I mean, yeah, you know, it's just. I mean, the social media platforms have just shown how much our community comes together. You know, with all this. It really has. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. I don't see any of the hobbyists at all having the sort of camaraderie that we as vapers do.
No.
Before, going back many years ago, when I was working abroad for a long time, and I wanted to do something that I loved. So I thought, I'll open a tattoo studio. Now, tattooists aren't geeky. They think they're rock stars. And I can tell you now, that was a very difficult business to go into, right? So, I mean, my sort of social media platforms are split between vaping and tattooing, and the tattoo industry is not the same. It doesn't have the camaraderie that the vaping industry does. So, yeah, I mean, they were pretty much my only two hobbies ever. But, yeah, I think we're very lucky. People are coming together. People are supporting each other.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we've said it
to virtual expo. I mean, you guys are doing it for free. I mean, there's another sort of publicity sort of company out there, and I know they wanted to do a virtual expo, and they wanted £1,000 off us just to be on it. I was like, what? I won't mention their names.
That just seems crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That just seems crazy.
We've got companies on here. We could have had 37 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, we would never charge. I mean, that's what we're all about. The vaping industry. The vaping for us is a huge part of our lives. So, you know, we wanted to try and bring something to everybody, and even people that haven't been to an expo, and try and get a little feel of what it's about. And I think it's been shown. You know, everyone's talked about how good the community is. It's been a very common recurring theme over the yesterday and today so far. So.
Virus has just drawn everyone together as well, and the bonds are getting stronger and stronger again. It's almost like the old school days coming back. All the negativity and the crapping groups on Facebook and various social media all seem to be dying down, and people are gelling again. It's really nice at the minute. Really nice. Obviously at hard times as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you know, there's no need for negativity. You know, our industry is precious, and it's fragile. You know, that whole thing we had going on with the THC carts in the States.
Yeah,
I mean, that was damaging. I mean, when from that whole little period. Our sales dropped by 35%, not murder mods now, but for deluxe. And, you know, I thought that was just us, but we found out, no, that was across the entire industry. 35%. That's a massive number.
Yeah.
And all because of their, the agenda they've got going on over there, unfortunately, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them. I really do feel sorry for them because, I mean, it's nonsensical the way that they're well, it's not nonsensical. I say that. I mean, it makes perfect sense if you've got a healthcare system that makes money from bad health.
Yeah.
Then it's, you know, why would you want a life-saving product on the market? Whereas our industry, you know, I mean, I don't think for 1 minute that the NHS or the British government actually give a shit about vaping as a business, but they certainly care that they're saving a fortune from people being treated for cancer. So, you know, it's good health in this country makes money, whereas bad health in America makes money. So, we've got we're on opposite ends of the spectrum, and that's it really. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I did my degree last year, and I wrote my dissertation all around the legitimacy of vaping. And the numbers I found of the cost of people smoking, it was astronomical how much it actually cost, not just the NHS, not just the government, just like local councils, things like that, and the snowball effect, and then the treatments. It was, I think the end up cost of smoking related things for the country per year was something like 350 million a year.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money they can save.
Okay. I think personally, I think the only thing I would change on our in our industry, if I had something to change, I mean, I love the that we went to short fills. I do. I think it's a great idea, because if you have to stock up shelves with, call it 100 different flavors, and then have them in 0, 3, and 6 milligram on your shelf, you're just not carrying. You can't carry the variety that you do. It's impossible. So by having a short fill, it gave us more variety, definitely, and it gave, what we found with Deluxe was that people were buying a 9 milligram shot and sticking it in a 60 mil and a 50 mil. So they're going down to 1.5 milligrams of nicotine.
Yeah.
But my only issue with it is the packaging and the wastage that you get from that. It's shocking.
Exactly.
The amount of plastic, and that plastic bottle 90% of the time comes in a little box as well. And that's just disposable. Why can't we have it on pump? Why can't we have a sort of like almost like an optic kind of system where you can fill it that way? I mean, legally we can't, because nicotine has to be just supplied in a 10 ml bottle.
Yeah.
So I mean, that needs to be addressed, I think. But apart from that, we've got a good system over here, really.
Seeing as we've gone off the mechanical side, Stewie, and talking about TDP and short fills, would you like these short fills having to go through like a TPD process to be tested?
I don't know.
Because I think that could be an option going towards TPD too.
If they do, then we're in a little bit of trouble, I think. I know because for us, for example, we have clean rooms, we have labs, we're okay, but we have a 10 mil that's manufactured at a different place, and the cost of differences in the type of labs that they're created in it's on a different level. So if every e-liquid had to go through that, I think maybe it would get rid of some of the rubbish on the market. I'd hope it would. Because there's some rubbish out there. There really is. There is, there is some bad quality liquids. I'm not a fan of bathroom brewing, and look, if someone wants to make stuff at home, that's absolutely fine. But then putting it on the market, whereas we've spent a fortune to get our product to market, and we're being undercut by some bathroom brewer. That's annoying. I put that in the same category as clone devices. I've never owned a clone device. I've never owned a clone.
I'm going through the process of bringing out at some point in the future, and I'm seeing the differences in going into a lab compared to just in a clean room, etc., and it is astronomical, the difference with doing it.
Yeah, agree. I mean, what I have to go through every morning to go into a lab, it's a clean room. I have to gown up almost. I've got my gloves, I've got my mask, I've got my hairnet. It's a strict environment, and just the room. I mean, the room is inside another room, and cost of that alone, we've gone through that, and that's a cost to us. But then, so maybe it will be a good thing. maybe it will make things slightly stricter. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll come. I hope it does, and I hope it doesn't at the same time.
If it does come, it's for one reason. That's so that they can put a different tax bracket on it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only reason. They you know, 85% of tobacco tax is a fine because it's a harmful product, whereas ours isn't a harmful product. And they can't tax it at that level. I think that pisses them off a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the top side of it will just come on the nick shots. That's what I'm hearing through EFA and things like that. It'll just be on the nick shots they're going to tax, because they can't tax anything else because it's food flavorings and things like that. If they do it for the vape industry, they're going to have to do it for the food industry as well. So that's what I'm kind of hearing. It'll be just on the nick shots. So hopefully that's the case, because I mean the nick shots are quick retail price. So if they're going to stick a tax on that, you're going to pay what? A maximum of 125, 130 for a nick shot. If it goes that way, then it'll be. I'm all for that if they do that personally.
And I imagine a lot of companies do what they do now. Like, you generally buy a bottle of juice, you generally get a nick shot free. I imagine they'll just
they'll swallow that cost into the cost of the juice itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you say that, you know, it comes free. Actually, legally, it has to go through a till as a separate item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you can't supply nicotine with a 60 or 120 ml bottle of liquid. You know, you can't put through at 000, but it has to be a separate entity because they have to be supplied separately. You know, if the customer wants to mix that for their own purpose or their own reasoning, that's up to them. I think that is the loophole that they went, oh shit, we didn't look at that, you know.
Yeah, same as bubble glasses on tanks, isn't it? They've got to do the same thing with that. It's technically a gift. You didn't pay anything for it, but it's not allowed to be in the box.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'll answer your question on speed. Flavor profile, easy for me. Actually, it's actually quite fucking difficult. So, next thoughts, I'm on to it's a blue raspberry. I smashed the hell out of
same.
Out of blue ras.
Exactly the same.
20 milligram in that. Sub-ohm, or should I say on a mech, anything high powered, it's got to be a dessert. Has to be a dessert for me. At the moment, that strawberry jam, pretty good. We make deluxe. We make a trifle, which you know, for members of staff. Yeah, you know, when we get our staff juice every week, it's pretty much everyone getting a trifle out of it because it's, you know, I mean, they've been. That's, I think it's one of the first recipes they ever came up with back in 2011 when they started, and yeah, it's stuck. It's probably one of our best sellers in the dessert range that are down. So yeah, I'll vape that pretty much all time. I tell you what,
you say trifle flavour, is it like a proper, you got the trifle finger, the jelly, the custard and things like that as well?
Yeah, it's a cake profile, but with that sort of strawberry sorry, I'd say raspberry overtone to it. So it just works.
I mean, it's been absolutely years. It's been years since I've had a trifle, but just you describing that, I can taste a bloody trifle now. I want one.
Like I said, it was they developed it 2011 or 2012, and it's never changed. They've stuck to that recipe, and it's spot on.
So one thing with
PM me your details, man. I'll send you a bottle up. You can have some, man.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
one thing which we've been saying to all of our guests, you know, if you've got any sort of, you know, promotion flyers, you know, anything you want us to stick on social media, ping them over to Vinny. And what we're doing is we're putting everything on our page for all of our guests who have been on, just to kind of get more info out there for you.
Across all our social media.
More, you know, sort of more people in the industry. And if I'm honest, that's what I liked about Expo in Olympia, because the public was sort of quite sparse, really. everyone had time to sort of chat with all the other sort of vendors. It was really good on that respect. Yeah. You know, normally it's like, you know, chat here, bang, back to a load of punters all day long, but it wasn't like that. We had a really good chance to sort of gel with everyone else, and I sort of people I'd known in the industry for a couple of years, I actually know on a personal level now. So yeah, it was really good.
So Zippy there in the comments, he's working on stuff for the page. So yeah, he's going to get your stuff online for you. Okay. He's just popped that up. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stewie, for coming and joining us this morning. We really do appreciate it, and I need to get my hands on one very soon.
Yeah, I think Rabbit's excited. Yeah, Rabbit. As soon as he saw that, he was like, "Ooh, I like that." He's in America, so he's got up especially early for seeing you guys on this morning.
Rabbit, thanks, man. I hope I've answered all your questions. I can see them flying up on the screen continuously.
Yeah, thanks very much, Stewie. I really do appreciate you for joining us. People check out Murder Mods.
No worries. And guys, like I said, we've got the group on Facebook, right? It's Murder Mods 18+. Come and join us over there. Vinny's on there. You know, where it's you know, a nice little platform for us to keep in contact with you all on a daily basis. So yeah, come and join us, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stewie.
Join now.
Take care.
Thank you, Stewie.
Cheers, Stewie.
Cheers, guys.
My PC's on the go slow again. Put it back on. There we go. Cheers, Stewie. Put it back on.
Look, there's a problem.
So yeah, that was Stewie, Murder Mods. That's a really beautiful looking mech mod they've got over there. We all know he makes no qualms about who made it for him. It's on over at Morningstar, so it's going to be beautifully machined. Go check it out. It looks like that.
Can I just say, my wife is an absolute star. She just bought me the biggest mug of coffee ever.
Yeah, that was the longest time I've ever made a coffee.
Chris, I just get you behind, mate, because we was having obviously the issues with the sounds and everything. I just wanted to make sure everything ran smoothly.
Yeah. It gave me time just to catch up on a few little things in the background anyway.
I mean, just looking at the Facebook page there for Murder Mods, don't know if you'll be able to see it, but just look at those colours.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
That is beautiful.
I am a fan of black and red.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely brilliant having Stewie on this morning. Who have we got next, Josh?
We've got Andrew Sharples from AVB. He's on the list next.
Ooh.
From AVB e-liquids.
And is he...
He's not down below yet. He's not down below yet, but we've still got a few minutes. There's no rush. We've got time. Everything's running actually on time today, which is quite nice.
Don't you jinx us, boy.
I'm about to say, don't jinx us.
You'll have to fix the box. You're going to fall down. You'll have oil. It's fall
Back
down.
in a minute, guys.
You're going to bury Oliver.
Josh, you've got the controls, buddy.
Yeah, mate, I've got it, bro.
But I do now, Ryan. That was gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah, when Andrew comes in, we'll get him up and we'll talk about.
Yeah, put him in backstage just in case you see Oliver, like, you know, being dragged back.
But he's left it there. I trust him. Anything he needs to do, he'll do outside.
I've got to say, one of the highlights so far of the weekend has to be Vinny being chased by the bee last night. That really
I so wish I could have seen that.
That was funny. That was definitely funny. Yeah, that was a good one. What is going on? Literally, I'm not doing anything. I was on my laptop then.
Well, what happened? I was looking away.
It's definitely doing some weird stuff
We
over
heard
here.
the music.
We've got a ghost in the system.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, it's Rabbit probably.
Yeah, it's Rabbit.
As I said, we've got a ghost on the system.
I've just seen in the private chat, Josh, I can help with controls. Thanks, Rabbit, for making me shit myself.
Oh, is that what I can smell?
If you can smell that from there, mate, we're like 200 miles away.
It's a very strong smell.
Oggy's in the comments there. Did you actually manage to make it home last night, and were you in bad books?
I could probably guess the answer. No and yes.
Brilliant having Oggy on the show last night. It's like I said, it was really great to hear more about the manufacturing process.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, yeah, it's just a tube. How can it be that difficult?" But like Louis just said, you have to take into account everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a case of getting a little bar and just going, we'll whack it on a lathe or whatever, or mill, and then you've got a mech. It's nothing like that. You've got to think of every aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because one slight change, it's knackered.
It's not a simple case of nipping down to tool station, buying a length of copper piping, a bloody a die and tap, and just banging together a mod like that. There's a lot to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's an awful lot to it. There's a lot. There's a huge amount involved. It's a huge process. From like you said last night, from a fag packet drawing, from a sketch to making it and actually making it a reality. There's a huge amount involved in that.
Material research and development.
And then people go, well, why are they so expensive? And China can knock them out repeatedly, but how much design thought's gone into that?
Yeah, exactly. They've probably just taken one design and just copied it across 20 different mods and gone, there you go.
Sure.
It's in a different dress.
Not that I'm knocking China at all. I always will say this. Good machining is good machining, and as long as the design process is there.
I ain't a Brummie. I'm a fucking Wolverhamptoner. I'm a black country lad.
I don't know what's worse though, Chris.
Still just waiting on Mr. Sharples from AVB. He's not popped up yet, so when he does, we'll get straight on and we'll continue with the big weekend. But
yeah, because we've got some good dudes on later as well, haven't we? So
we've got a lot of good people on this weekend.
After Andrew, we've got.
I can give you a rundown of who's on if you want, or if you've got them there, Paul.
I've got it here. So after AVB, we're going to have Dovpo on. So that's going to be a good chat with them. Then we're going to have a little break, aren't we? So maybe get a bit of lunch, which isn't going to cost me 20 quid for a packet of crisps, which is brilliant. And then we've got the Cloud Den. So our good friend Mike, he's going to be on. Halo Vapes after them. And then who in the afternoon after that?
We've got Overkill Mods, Innovate, Vaporoni. We've got Wraps Custom Coils.
Yeah.
A good one. We've got Firehouse Vapes. We've got Redemption Vape. And then finishing the evening off, we've got Immortal Mods.
Yeah.
So
working.
Rabbit's working on trying to get some of these amazingly made UK mods over to America. I think after last night, he'll be talking a lot more with Oggy. I know he's had some dealings with Oggy in the past. I've got a funny feeling those two will be having a slightly closer relationship after last night.
Yeah, definitely.
Rabbit was drawing over some of those mechs last night, man. So
yeah, and that's it. I mean, he's always liked his work, and I think having him on the show and showing, just that fun-sized walking stick that he made. It was probably only the same size as an 18650 mod, but it just looked massive.
I just popped on and literally I just saw Oggy like this screwing them all. I'm like, damn. And everyone's like, I think it was Vinny that says he's gonna blow his tip.
What's up, Ian?
Oggy's It was either Vinny or Oggy who said something about blowing their tits off or something with it. I'll pass some batteries, pass the mech, and I'll have a go on it.
Yeah, slept like a fucking babby.
Anytime,
Walk
Oggy.
up every 2 hours for a bottle or a boob.
Anytime, Oggy, mate. You are welcome on the show anytime. But we won't, you know, you ever want to come on, talk about something, just have a laugh.
Yeah, even if you just want to come on and chat random nonsense with us, we have plenty of those shows.
Oh, God.
You want to come and talk about snacks? For you guys.
We are all about the snack life.
Oh, God, yes. We have the belly to prove it. Some more. See, we mentioned snacks and he turns up.
You're
muted, Vinny.
Still no
answer my camera.
No. Ever the professional.
Anybody nudged Andrew from AVB? I don't have his contact, unfortunately. So.
I have from this morning.
It's all right. There's no rush. We've got time.
No reply.
Okay. All right. Well, if Andrew turns up, we'll get on with that. If not, we'll just talk to ourselves. It was a 25-minute slot, so he's already 5 minutes into it. So. Because after that, we've got Dov Poe.
Big one.
Is it Dov Poe or Dov Poe?
Dov
Poe.
Okay.
Oh, I know Mr. Sharple's ABB has been poorly.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's one of those. We're always going to get this, so.
And Oggy, I need to speak to you.
Well, you're going to finally let that. Are you finally going to let that Mott it?
No, you'll have to price that mud out of his cold.
I don't live too far from Birmingham, though. I actually moved closer to Brummie.
God knows when I'll get a chance to speak to you, though. Oh man, that coffee my wife bought me has really hyped me up. I didn't used to drink coffee. Just before McDonald's closed, I started drinking coffee, and my wife just made me one with proper coffee and everything. And now my eyeballs are popping out my chubby head. It feels like the best monster ever. Yes, Oliver.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Come here. I'm going to say hello again, then go leave us alone. It's 11:30. It's 11:30, look, down there.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, God, he's getting
Are you playing Daddy up?
He wakes Daddy up every day at 5:30. Don't you? Yeah. Right, say bye to all the people.
Bye.
Bye.
What's that, Rabbit? You want to be a certified Brit? You're welcome here, brother. We'd have you in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You're going to open up shops though near it, so.
No, just near me, not near them.
Yeah.
Fuck her off.
And bring that nice coffee with you.
Mate, you don't want to go where they live, mate. You want to come where I live. This is the nice part of the country.
Hey, don't tell me you are. I'm in a nice area of England.
You live in a heartbeat, mate.
That's why
You live in the part of the country where all the men wear tights.
No, I've never seen a man wear tights.
Robin Hood.
Oh, what? That's Nottingham. Yeah.
Now you'd get. Wow, it took you that long to realise,
I
Paul.
thought you were talking about me. I was like, no, what do you mean?
No, Paul.
Is that what? People wear tight?
Yeah, I thought it was all about you, Josh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's a reason why when everybody retires, they come down to Devon, Cornwall.
So there's a comment there from Matthew. If you want to pop it up on the screen.
Well, this one.
Yeah. That's understandable, Matthew. We always get in trouble from the wives, like constantly.
He's also asked, his missus has asked, what mech would you say? Oh, bloody, I just jumped there. What mech would you recommend for somebody new to mechs? Interesting.
Is that for her?
I assume it would be. It's a difficult one.
It really does depend on budget. You know, if you want something, there's so many good mechs out there. So many good mechs out there. You know, it's lots of us on here. Me and Paul, obviously, we work closely with a certain company, and I've only changed T-shirt because I did that, and a load of liquid shot out and went all down my T-shirt, so I had to change it. And it really doesn't come out. It needs a wash now. Which I'm annoyed about. But yeah, it really depends. I mean, lots of ladies, lots of like side fires because of nails and stuff like that. Depends. Some don't.
No, you don't, Rabbit.
See a lot of females with, not saying, you know, with side fires. They're a bit more comfortable. They can be a bit easier to fire. But there's so many good mechs out there. It really does depend on budget.
Yeah.
And what you like.
Well,
he said for the missus, she was using a Hog V4 with a 52mm Colorado RDA, but she wants something small and easier to use.
Well, yeah, I can understand that.
An Immortal Mods
Atom, with the Hog.
I'm not saying that because I'm Immortal Mods, but an Immortal Mods Atom is small, lightweight, hard hitting, easy to use.
It's like Vinny there. He's got the clutch as well. That's another small lightweight mod.
The clutch is anything from SQ. I mean, maybe not the Squonker because it's a bit larger, but the clutch is another. It's slightly smaller than the Atom.
Was it 0.5 millimeters shorter?
Yeah.
Basically, not enough to notice, but yeah, it's slightly smaller. But with the Atom, it's made of Delrin as well, so it's a lot more lightweight.
If you want to support the UK industry, then anything from Morningstar, anything from Murder Mods you've just seen on there.
Yeah.
Both make beautiful mechs. But Oggie's new Fun Time, but that is small.
That's did I say yesterday the V2 was not just 18350, it took other size batteries as well, so you're not limited to just like a mouth to lung sort of mech mod there either, so they've got lots of options with it.
So I'm just laughing at Rabbit's comment in the chat.
Oggie's new Fun Time. But if you like series power and things like that, you know, you've got options with Vapers Cloud. They do a new the Saga mod, but they do that in like a plastic, don't they now? Like a frosted plastic. So it's a lot more lightweight. So if she likes that hog power but doesn't like the size of a hog, grab yourself one of those. They are small and a lot more streamlined.
It's going to be Morningstar, to be honest, the reactor, but I don't think I would share.
Those reactors are very nice.
Good luck finding one. They're hard to come by.
Yeah, look, here he comes.
As Oggie said last night, he only does small batches, and they are popular.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm trying to buy one myself. I definitely want a reactor. Especially, I mean, I was really liking the sound that he was maybe doing like a side fire for it and stuff like that. Some really cool.
You must go watch it because some of the stuff he comes out with and tells us about. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, don't go watch it now. Stay with us now.
Watch it on our scheduled break times.
Oggie was on for like 2.5 hours last night, dude. So
yeah, it was a long one.
Yeah, I've got Zippy on the hunt for me. He's hopefully found one for me.
I may have to try and invest in one myself because they are rather pretty. Just for my collection, like you say, Josh. You know,
I know I rep for another brand, but sometimes you just, I like pretty things.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're struggling with Andrew. Is there any of the AVB team members in chat? I saw a couple earlier. I don't know if they're still there. If they could try rouse Andrew Sharples for me, or find out if he's in a condition to come live. He has been poorly, I know that.
Well, Jordan, if this one with Zippy doesn't come through, then I might hit you up, bro.
Yeah, Jordan, he's known a lot of the Morning Star guys for quite a while. I know when I saw you back in October Expo, you just got the red fun size there. And yeah, I mean, just for something so small as well, because it's only about yay big, it's a really, really well-made piece of kit. Love it.
I wish I pulled a trigger on the fun size at Expo now. I regret not doing that.
Well, you didn't like
But
dipping your hand in your pocket.
I'd want stainless, I think. Doggy's stainless work is amazing.
Yeah.
Go for it, Rabbit.
Do it. No, do the Fu Manchu.
The Fu Manchu, yeah, man.
Are you in the handlebar stash?
No, it's Fu Manchu because it comes right the way down.
Ah.
Good band as well.
Everyone's jumping on Morning Star again.
Yeah.
Man, I've almost done this whole bottle of riding shotgun. Like,
it goes down far too easily, doesn't it?
I'm glad I've got another one.
Yeah.
I might switch. So I haven't tried 18th Amendment yet, so I think I might go with that this afternoon.
Is that the fresh fruit and cream?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. That is. I first tried that on my Hammer, so on a series meg, and I didn't think it would be the right sort of flavour for it for using on a series. But you know what? It was incredible. I actually used nearly 3/4 of a bottle in one day at work, and I don't use juice that quickly. I just couldn't stop vaping it.
I need like 500 ml short fills of this stuff, man.
Tip them all in.
So I'm just trying to click my back. Like, this chair is.
See, that's why I like this chair, because it just reclines.
Yeah, mine doesn't do it.
No, mine doesn't either.
I just have to slide my ass down a bit.
I mean, I can't complain my chair isn't very good. It cost me £3 in a charity shop. Oh, drink along with LXV.
Yeah.
Right, in that case then.
The best one to play is Lethal Drinking, where you drink along with Lethal Weapon, and you've got to drink every time he says Riggs, because in the first film he only says it once.
There's no point in doing that then, is there?
And then in one of the other films, I think it's like Lethal Weapon, like 4, it's at the end where he's like
fighting
he's got in the water, and he's literally going, Riggs, Riggs, Riggs. You're like, I can't keep up.
You want about the bit where he fights Jet Li underwater?
Yeah, man.
I love that part where they go to walk away. Yeah. We'll come back to him another day. Chase after him with the howitzer, and then he stops and goes, "Yeah, I've got to ask him, how did he do that with the gun?" It's like, that's just a bad idea. Here's a little trivia about that. You remember? I think it's in number 3 where you see Riggs go over the edge of the highway on the bike. That was actually originally where he was meant to have died. He's meant to have died in that scene, but they decided against that idea, thank God. And
you see, Chris watching far too much television, people.
No, I just love Lethal Weapon. It's one of those movies I just watch quite regular.
I so had to bite my tongue there.
He's got a lethal weapon.
I am a lethal weapon.
Yeah, Paul's just going for a quick little power nap.
Paul shutting down.
We do apologise that the schedule is missing somebody at the minute, but as Vinny said,
See,
Andrew
Josh, you have to say,
got them well.
We're not technically missing anyone yet. It's not 12. Did you want at 12, Andrew, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, so he was.
So technically, we're not missing anyone just yet.
No,
I am on it. I'm not just snoozing.
You've just got us for a bit, just so we can chat. And
Nick, it depends in what context you mean.
right,
I'm just doing some technical.
Right, guys, in the chat, what do I switch to? Do I go to 18th Amendment, which is a fresh fruit cream, or do I go with the White Lightning on ice, which is a watermelon ice?
White Lightning on ice.
On ice. Do it.
I'm on it still, Josh. Although I did do a bottle
still
yesterday,
vaping a
so I'm now
watermelon?
on the second bottle. There's a question here, chaps. I don't think I can answer it because I've not had the mod. I don't know if any of you have either. Oh, where's it gone?
That's not a question.
The Steam Crave Titan. Right, okay, so I have used the mod. I wasn't that impressed with it. It felt really, really cheap. Not very well put together. The Titan is amazing. It is basically a massive Aromizer Plus. It's like 41ml with a 30ml juice capacity. So in that respect, it's amazing. However, for me, I wouldn't use it long term, purely because by the time I get through that 30ml of juice, it'll be horrible. You know, so it's got a really huge juice capacity, but are you going to get through it all?
Me, as you know, I owned one for quite a while. I found when it was in the tank mode, when you had it as the tank, didn't matter if you had the short glass or the big glass, the flavour would just dive right off. No matter what setup you put in there, no matter which the deck you put in, it just, the flavour just bottomed out. It was just more. No, even with the wicking, it did not matter. I tight wicking, loose wicking, the lot. It just never. The flavour would dive off. But if you had it in the RDA mode, it wasn't as bad.
Well, that's because your chamber's gone from being this long to this long.
That is the main problem with it.
If you adjust the build and everything that you're using in that big chimney, you could still get great flavour from it. You just have to mix it up.
You need to build what you're using. 100%.
Yeah. With an RTA, if you're sticking an RDA build in it, like a 0.1 or a 0.12 or something like that, the flavour's gonna be non-existent. You know, it's just the way it's gonna be. You need to build really high in those ones.
Yeah, that's a flavour banger.
You're about to see me build right now.
The copper, that Mason dump tank.
Oh yeah.
It's called the dump tank because it doesn't keep any juice in the damn thing.
Never had it leak. Never had it leak.
Brand new.
Yeah. So as we know, John Whittaker is a good mate of mine. He likes to collect stuff like that and then either forgets where he's put them or they sit on his shelf forever. He's got an RX 300 somewhere in his house. He's got no idea where it is. I mean, how you can lose something that big, I don't know.
Rabbit just appeared in the waiting area, gave me the V's and started off. That's charming, that Rabbit. Cheers, buddy.
He's still not found it, like it's just put in the comments. He's still not found that RX. So yeah, one day, what will happen is he'll be walking around his house and he'll casually stub his little toe on something. Go, what the hell's that? Look down, and it's his 300.
I do all sorts of things. The amount of stuff I've misplaced and forgotten I had, and and lent out and not got back, and lent out and it come back, and I was like, oh, I didn't know I had one of them.
I forgot I did that.
What you done?
I broke my snips.
Mm.
It's got to have a set somewhere, surely.
Actually, just remind me, where's I think mine's still in the kitchen.
If there's anyone currently, sure, these people watching, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We do an LXV show every Sunday night normally. And it's pretty much the same as the Expo, except we've got guests on at the minute.
Yeah.
We're saying camaraderie and the banter between us all every Sunday night. Don't forget that. You subscribe and hit the little notifications button. Oh, well done, Josh.
Yeah, I was reading the comments, looks over and sees Josh going on. Oh, what have I done now? Zippy says to use scissors.
Yeah, I use scissors. Now?
No.
No, I'm not using. Have you seen my scissors, man? These are
scissors.
My scissors, my cotton snips.
Can I just say, those things are the sharpest things known to mankind. My wife's got a set of those as well, and they are vicious.
I love them. They're perfect.
Where did you get them from?
These are a present from the wife. So one night I came home after a night out, and it was near Christmas. She said, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I drunkenly gave her a list, a very random list. I said I wanted a TARDIS, a Segway. I said I wanted a bald eagle and a pair of golden shears in case the eagle never ever needs rebalding, right? and she bought me a squeezy TARDIS. She bought me a Lego man on a Lego Segway. She bought me a little plushy bald eagle, and she bought me some golden shears.
Nice.
So, but it just turns out they are like the perfect scissors for like cutting cotton and stuff like that. So they stay in my build kit. They never leave my build kit.
Did she buy you the legit versions of those, or are they knockoffs?
Oh,
they actually do clones of them.
I don't know. I know they're sharp.
Yeah.
And they've lasted me like 4 years. So
yeah, they're brilliant.
They're a bit sticky.
Nice.
But yeah,
Matthew, there's a few mods there that you can stick the Titan on. They do go on the regular Hog V3s. They go on those just fine. And all the different versions of the Hog that they've done. Certainly go on the Hog V3. What was that one you had, Chris? Didn't you used to have the Lassimo?
Lassimo X4. That's if you want a regulated mod.
Yeah.
To be honest, for what it was and what I paid for it, it was actually a pretty good, regulated mod. It was pretty decent. I know Vinny didn't like it, and I don't think you liked it. Yeah, because the way it felt in your hand. But then it's similar shape to the Hog, so to me, it just felt quite comfortable in my hand. So I like big mods in my hands. I don't. If I have tiny little mods, I feel like I'm going to break them or lose them.
Because you're cack-handed.
Yeah. I've got big sausage fingers.
Yeah. Or if you're not bothered about overhang, it will go on anything.
Yeah.
But it would give me a massive eye twitch if you put that on an old Minikin V1.
They almost
I put it on that. I actually put it on that once as a joke.
I mean, what's the diameter of
41?
What's a Mason dump tank? I can't remember. 38.
30.
You
know you got the big one, ain't you?
You lot talking about big tanks and everything else. Anybody remember that one?
Moving over.
It was the Aspire, the big one. Anybody remember that from years back?
No.
I mean, There is a little bit of overhang.
just a tad.
But that looks
he's
crazy.
already
That's
doing
triggering
poorly.
more.
Oh. No.
Vinny, just throw a build into it and use it for a while just to annoy Paul.
I was actually thinking of building it, but I've got nothing it fits on. All my big custom mods are currently away getting upgraded, so I've got nothing I can fit it on.
Do you remember that one?
So the original Aspire?
Kangatech.
Ah.
I have got.
I've got
Scott.
trigger pull.
Scott, I actually had the purple Buddha, and that went missing. I don't know where it is, and I only keep them in these cupboards. But when I'm not using them, I'm in this middle cupboard down here.
I couldn't use that. That had caved my head in.
I've just done it to annoy Paul.
That would cave my head, seriously, man. I'm struggling with that because I can't quite match it how I want. You know what I mean? It's like I can't do if it's a brass mod, it's got to have a brass RDA, you know what I mean? I'm proper like that. I mean, I've got mods here that I could put me, titanium RDAs on, and I won't because it doesn't look right. And as for even taking a picture of a mod with anything like that, nah.
It's got to be matchy.
Yeah,
even down to the tip.
That worked quite well with the titanium epoch.
Yeah,
the look on that. So I'm happy with that. You know what I mean?
There you go, Paul.
Wow.
You're an animal. Absolutely.
Just because I like to see the world burn at times.
I'm bad enough with this.
Do you know?
I don't mind if they're not matchy like that. Like I quite happily rock that setup.
No, I can't, man. I couldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe it's just that gets to me because I'd have preferred that as the brass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To match the top. That's killing me. That is destroying me.
On the autumn bodies and the white and the smoked ones, because they're see-through at the bottom, you can see the brass through them.
That's killing me at the minute. That's caving me head in. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. How daft it may seem. Anybody remember the Limitless Arms race?
Yes.
I've still got one.
Yeah. Look, you can see.
Yeah.
That's obviously my picture.
Do you know, I like that.
And in fact, Zippy, that's your mod sat next to it.
Yes, I do believe that is the same one.
It is.
Courtesy of John West.
There you go, Paul. Is that better?
That just looks like a fat guy with a small head.
So I don't know if he will be on the show. I will remind people at 12:30, which is only half an hour away, we have Dovpo coming on. And I'm hoping they're going to show us the new version of the Odin because they're bringing out a small one.
Ooh.
And I'm really hoping they've got one to show us.
The Odin Mini, yeah, single 21700.
Yeah.
Have they changed the chip? Are they just doing an Odin chip, the Dovpo chip in it, do you reckon?
I hope so. I hope
that Dovpo
DNA in it.
That Dovpo chip's brilliant, man. I really like that Dovpo chip. It's a brilliant chip.
Can't hold that chip.
I mean, yeah, I've got the 250C version of that. Again, courtesy of John. It really is a nice mod. I've only got 2 regulated mods, and yeah, that one's used pretty much on the daily, especially for building. It's brilliant. But you can put big RDAs on it which is brilliant.
I don't want to mangle these coils trying to cut with this.
So we have Il coming from Dovpo, and I hope Blem from Dovpo is jumping on as well, who's the main man behind the company.
I'm quite impressed with it, especially with how cheap it was. You'd think it was like something tucked away on the Evo stand up the corner. You know, going for like less than 30 quid. I didn't expect much of it, but yeah, I actually quite like it. Mostly bought it for the site that they picked on.
I remember you getting that, man.
Yeah.
I remember you getting that.
Yeah. I saw the site and I was like, actually, I quite like that because that is, I don't really see things like that.
That's a nice little design on them cases. What are you all doing? All I can see is you're all doing something else.
I'm building.
I'm kind of relooking a changing mode. I'm going on my own with Vital, and I'm going to Dead Man's Hand number 66.
Ooh.
What's the flavour on that one, Ben?
No idea whatsoever.
Do you want me to find out for you?
I'll just vape it, Paul.
I was going to say, you should be able to tell by vaping it.
I tell you what, you vape it. You tell us what flavor profile you think it is, and then we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Let's see how good that reviewer's palate is. Let's see how good the reviewer's palate is.
What number was it?
66.
Nothing like putting him on the spot, is there? See the cogs turning in his head. He's like, "Oh shit!
What is it? What is this flavour?"
It obviously tastes good because he's taking his time.
Yeah,
I'm trying to work it out.
He hasn't pulled any faces yet.
He hasn't thrown up yet either.
That's always a good thing.
That's what I just said. That's always a good thing.
That's a really hard one to work out.
Well, I'm looking at the flavour profile. It's not that complex.
The graham cracker, whatever you call it.
That's one.
There's an aftertaste of a custard.
That's two.
I can't get the third one.
Well, there's four of them in total.
But be fair,
Creamy custard. It's a creamy custard.
Would you like to know?
The vanilla.
Yes.
And what's the fourth?
Technically, he's already said it.
Cream.
No.
Vanilla.
Graham cracker.
So you've got
Custard.
Tahitian vanilla is the first one. You've then got French vanilla custard, which you've picked up, Madagascan vanilla, and then graham cracker pie crust.
It's strange. They're really subtle. They're really subtly mixed. It's not like, whoa, there's that. They're quite hard to pick out.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I like putting in when I mix a couple of flavours. Like I've got the French custard and the vanilla custard in the apple pie.
Yeah.
But I do like an extra bit of it. Like Steve does the Bavarian cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the spot of that in it, I tell you, it changes it. The creaminess of the custard then, man.
See, that's why I know Josh. He's done it as well. I think I don't know if you've done it yet or not, Vin. But when you mix the Syntax and the Riding Shotgun together from Prohibition, it's just it blows your mind, because they're both incredible flavors separately. Just a drop of both, and it's completely different. But
they actually used to sell it.
I actually did that on the live review I did.
Yeah,
and I thought it made it a bit busy.
Did you?
They actually used to sell it.
Nice. It was just a mush of sweetness, and all the flavors sort of hit you. It wasn't. That's why people mix things how they mix them, because then you get the flavors on top and following each other. Then it just felt like it was all rammed together for me.
They actually used to sell it as a flavor called Riding Sin, I believe.
Yeah.
Scott Leaning, just going back to the arms race, that he's still got one, and he says that crap release button on the bottom is a nightmare. That's why I don't use my one anymore. Literally, I picked it up, used it for 48 hours, and then next minute the whole lot come apart in my hand, man. It's that stupid little battery compartment clip. Other than that, that was a cracking little mod, to be fair. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. On the arms race, because I used to have one as well, they had an issue with the bottom contacts. So what happened is you'd clip it in, but it wouldn't recognise one of your batteries was there.
Yeah.
So then you had to write off to them, and they'll send you a new sleeve out.
I mean, they offered me one, but I just couldn't be arsed, like 30 quid to send it over and this, that, and the other. And I was like, you know what, the mod's not worth that much.
No.
You know what I mean?
I really like the mod. I've never actually got one because of that issue.
Yeah.
I was actually disappointed with the mod because of that, because of the fact that to send it back, you had to pay the, whatever it was, half of the mod's worth, you know what I mean? It just wasn't worth it. So, but that I enjoyed that mod for as long as I had it.
They were very I enjoyed it. They were a good looking mod. Bit annoying that you could only fit, the biggest thing you could put on it was a Cleto tank, because of how the airflow grooves. And if you screwed it on, you had to kind of, when you put the Cleto on, because it's obviously got bottom airflow, you had to kind of line it up right first, then screw it in, otherwise your airflow wouldn't match the mod.
It was a funky little mod, man. I did enjoy that. I've got it knocking. I reckon it's in that box there. I've got shit everywhere, man. I mean, I'm just looking for the door now. I mean, this was my second ever regulated mod when I first started, and it's the Sigelli 150TC.
Yeah.
This thing has been left outside in the middle of winter. It's been dropped, it's been battered, it's been abused. As you can see, I don't even know where the door is anymore. But you know what? If I want to test a set of coils, I'll bang them straight, and that fires up every time, man. And that has got to be, if I was going to rate an old mod, that'd have to be it. The 150TC, man. Still a cracking.
Just a heads up this afternoon, people. At 2 o'clock, we have the Cloud Den on. At 2:30, we have Halo Vape 66 on. At 3 o'clock, we have Overkill Mods on. At 3:30, we have Innovates from the States with Cheryl Agro. And at 4 o'clock, we have the home of the Custard Crack. Vapor will be on at 4 o'clock.
That's one I've yet to try, and one I'm interested. I'm looking forward to that interview, man.
Yeah.
And just before I forget, because it come up after I've been doing bits and pieces on the page, if anybody's after salts, I do have a 30% off code at Vape Shed. Expo salts, get you 30% off them.
And he's got a huge salt range, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He really does have a lot of that.
That come up afterwards while I was doing some other stuff. So, but that's available for people as well. So it's Expo for juice and hardware, 20%, and 30% will be Expo salts. That's only the 30% is only on the salts.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kieran.
Yeah, top man, Kieran.
Morning, Corey. Just see another one of our USA followers there. Corey's just popped up. Morning to you, brother.
Morning, Corey.
America is waking up.
Yeah, man.
Rabbit probably not so much. He's been up since
Rabbit's probably inboxing him saying, "Oh, you know, get on the show, while he's sat in his seat." You know what I mean? It's like if I'm up, everybody's getting up.
Yeah.
So, right, yeah, here's one, right, while most are on here, right. Apart from the obvious with, you know, what you've got in your cupboard, in your little cabinets, other than the brand that you're associated with, like I know there's Immortals, HMM, what other bits of hardware have you got in your cupboards that doesn't necessarily come out? So come on, we've all got bits and pieces.
Mine's quite easy because I've got the Dart and I've got a Kodama Lustro by Asmodus and I've got a Odin DNA 250C by Dovpo. So literally, that's it. Very, very easy mod collection for me.
I've not got a huge amount either. I've obviously got this Topside SQ. I've got a Minikin Free. I've got a Dot Mod Petri. I've got a Blitz box. I've got a little Asmodus Colossal, which was not the Colossal, the I can't remember what it's called, but a little 80-watt Asmodus.
That is the Colossal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Little Orchid Pod, which I occasionally use for Nick salts. That salt's been in there a long time.
Is it fermented?
I've got a Lost Vapor Ryan as well, but it's now, well, the missus has had that away. It's how it broke. And my Mulos.
Nice.
I've got Ceres Vape Cavalry, Ceres Vape Bathala. I've got a Cricket V2 and Cricket V1. The V1 does need a new one of those threads because the person I got that off somehow managed to completely strip the threads on it. So I need a new one of them.
I mean, that thing's a hand grenade as it is, let alone with knackered threads.
That's why it's never been used since I've had it.
It might blow up in your cupboard without batteries in it. Just saying.
I've got a Vapors Cloud Voraz, which I haven't used for some time. Yeah. What else have I got? I've got a VMC T2, the layer cake.
Do I actually have to play this game?
Go on, Vinny. What you got on your cupboard?
Show
us your shelf.
Never mind the shelf. Just down here on my desk at the minute, I've got an Asmodus pumper with an M-Tape V2. I've got my grip with my original APOC. I've got a Siege. I've got my Odin with a Fatality on it. I've got my new Rogue with a Goon. I've got my Candy Mods with a Dead Rabbit 2. I've got my clutch with me thingy on it, my World of Vape. I've got my Pocket Rocket with my Mech Life RDA on. I've got my Hacker with my Resurgence on. That's just the desk. And then if I go up there, I've got a Panther. I've got a Purge Back to Basics V1, a Purge Twisted King, 2 AVs, a Morningstar Hustle, Morningstar Reactor, a Vitality, an Atom, an Odin 25, a Rig V2, all 3 of the Ceres Vape, the Cavalry, the Buffalo, and the Viking. Then I've got a Smock stick, I've got a tugboat, I've got an Aegis Legend, a Smock V8, a Smock Grip P3, a Mechman 80 watts, the Geek Vape Aegis Squonk, the Geek Vape Aegis Boost, an Inikin pod, a Tesla Stigs pod, a Nord 1, RPM 80, Original Fetch, Nord 2, another Smock pen, a Rinko Tick, an AA Vape pod, Tesla 6, 1, and then the next shelf is all my RDAs and tanks, and I ain't going to go through them because there's about 100 there.
So whenever he goes, I've got nothing to vape today, we know he's telling fibs.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some really sort of weird bits that I've had ages, man. So like, I went through all my stuff and I found like the old Griffin.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, 2025.
Oh, that was a leaky boy.
Don't even know which one this is. Couldn't tell you. I'm assuming it's one of the first ones. But there's the old Griffin. I've already shown you the old Kangatech tank and the old Aspire Big One tank. I have. This one will interest you, Vinny.
Go on,
it's Smock. It's Smock. It's the TF RTA.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Never used it.
You're not missing much.
Yeah. It's absolutely tiny. It's like an RBA. It's so small. It's unreal.
That's one of the reasons why I never used it. It was like, I think I got that in a trade somewhere. I think if I remember rightly, it might have been Nick Bradley's son.
Yeah.
I've got the Vaptio C flat.
Never even seen that.
You know what I mean? I mean, that thing, it's still in the cellophane, man.
Yeah. I'll give in the auction. I've got Vaptio pod for the auction. Yeah, the Razor, one of the new ones.
I've had that a while. The Vaptio P Mini.
Oh yeah, decent though.
Yeah,
a good little bit of kit though. I mean, that's still got juice in it, which it's fairly black.
You know what, Scott? Those PD 270s are actually not a bad mod. I had one, and usually on the back of them they had some weird Van Gogh looking paintwork on them. They looked terrible. But the one I had some sort of like Native American tribal lady on mine. I've never seen any more of them. But unfortunately, it was a metallic blue mod, and I had absolutely nothing that went on it. So, like I said before, if it doesn't matchy, it's outy.
I must trigger you so much, Paul.
Yes, you do.
Well, at least I do try. Yeah.
So,
You've got
also,
no.
Hold on. This is my slot. You know what I mean? Come on, you've had your turn.
Go on. Mine was quick.
I have 2 of the SOIs. I still rate SOI as a bloody good mod. I don't care what anyone says. You know what I mean? Yes, you are correct. But I still rate SOI. You know what I mean? They did do some good stuff. Cavalry. I have Suicide Mods. As he was on yesterday, I'll give him a mention. Still got that. And then it's my pods. I had that as a test to review sort of thing. I knew I'd get some stick for that. But, you know, again, yeah, it is what it is. Good little device, man, for when you're having a bit of a stealthy.
Yeah.
So, you know, other than that, I mean, Aspire Mini Eye Stick.
I remember them things.
Dude, I have no idea where half of this shit comes from. I don't. It's, you know what I mean? It's unreal. I've just got. Yeah, I need to have a good clear out, man.
Yeah.
Need to have a good clear out and sort of let a few bits go. Get it sorted out. I like my unique pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like your half moon box you've got there. Yeah, that's unusual. Yeah, the vitality.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do different things. Yeah, I mean, my half moons.
Sorry about that. That's the first time I've ever had a really bad, like a wicked hotspot on a set of Andy's coils. I've never had that before. It just took a while to get out. Yeah, I mean,
what you're doing.
All you guys have used Andy's coils, and they never really hotspot. Generally, you put them in, you pulse them, they're perfect. But just one, just.
So he gets it. But no, I mean, the half moon collection's growing well now.
Yeah.
So there's obviously that.
Beautiful mod.
You still have your candy? You still have the candy one? Candy cloth one?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. There's 11 in there.
No, not the cotton, Josh.
No, it just happened to be the cotton I was about to use, and I showed it, and it's also called cotton.
Have you completed the full set of the half moon squonkers yet?
No.
Which ones are you missing?
I've got some worked out with Andy. He's got 2, which is the All Hallows and another one. I think he's got the Oz.
Yeah.
I've got the toxic green to get, toxic red, and the Patriot, of course. And a couple of others. I got 11 at the minute, so I'm getting there. I am getting there.
Yeah, it's hard to get some of the other colours, isn't it? Like the Patriot, it's hard to get that over here.
Mate, it's still when you see things like the factory lights and stuff, which is the black one with the yellow lines through it. Oh, that's factory lights. That was like, specials. So there's 1 or 2 pieces that I'm looking for that are, obviously like that one.
Yeah.
Half moons, the early stuff, which, I mean, that, to be fair, is a lovely looking bit of kit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's like these things like that are my favourite pieces, you know what I mean? It's like those that only got a build on it the other night when I was talking to you.
Yeah.
There's Earl. Ready? Good to see you, Earl.
All good, man.
Yeah, because you got the paddies there as well, haven't you? That's quite a hard one to get hold of.
Yes. This is the 2018 Paddy's Day edition one.
Yeah.
So, and I've got the 4 Yankees as well.
Yeah, that's one thing me and him always wanted, wasn't it? A janky.
I always wanted a janky. I'd still get a janky now if one came up.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks to John Whitaker. That one, I'll tell you what, that was what's it, you putting me in touch with him, Paul. That was one of them. He had that hidden away.
I know he had. I gave it
him. And he done me a blinding trade, man. Hats off to him. So, I look like.
I remember when you bought that K2, Paul, and it was Expo, and you went, "Oh, I haven't got any build stuff on me. Can you go build it for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll take it back. I'll build it." Built the RDA and everything. Got back, gave it to him, and didn't have any tools with us, so I didn't put the fucking squonk pin in the RDA.
I wouldn't mind, right? I helped him pick that mod out.
You did.
If I remember rightfully. He was like, he was looking at me, he was like, "Oh, which one? And I was like, you know what, the K2, nice pictures, everything else."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because we was looking at it for a while, weren't we? And that was the one which didn't have much of the black going through it. It was more of a pearl colour.
That is, I mean, there's literally nothing other than, frosted white pattern on that.
Yeah.
I was like, you want that one, and he bought it, and I was like, I was gutted actually because I was like, you know, I haven't got that one. Maybe I should have got that myself. You know what I mean? I don't know why we keep cutting. I don't know why we don't just cut the middleman out. You know what I mean? I've got more of your mods now than anything. It's like, you know, they always go out of the circle and then slowly they all come back to the circle.
Oh, mate, they all do. That black XR you've got was mine. I bought that from New. Then it went somewhere else. Then it came to Paul. Then it went to John. Then it's gone to you. So,
you know what I mean?
But I had a theory on that as well.
Paul's. The Bonzers, the two Bonzers I got were Josh's.
Valhalla
was Andy's. No, I don't know where you got the Hog and the Valhalla from, Paul. I don't know who had it before you, but
I got the Hog from Matt Burr at Evo. Valhalla was brand new. Yeah.
Andy's got a lot more.
Yeah, Andy's collection would be here all day. We could fill up the whole expo day with Andy's collection.
Yeah. And Andy's got. I mean, I had a lot of the Immortal prototype stuff, and you know, the unserialized and everything else. And I mean, a lot of that went to Andy. We had some cracking deals going, man.
I mean, Andy's very precious. I mean, Andy will not let those go for love.
No,
I mean, he would never sell those.
To be fair, I always said if I told my Immortal Armageddon stuff, that was going to team members. You know what I mean? Yeah. The only thing that we only had one issue, and that was the one I sent down. I had the Doom prototype.
Yeah.
Which would have been the Doom V2.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even went back to Aaron and I was like, look, I've got this. Is it okay to pass it over? And I got permission before, because that one was never supposed to see daylight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I sent that and two of the team. I had 2 team mods and I sent them. And when he got the package, it was all taped up with, you know, raw mail damaged. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me, man? And luckily, the Doom was in there. But the two team mods went.
Yeah.
They were in the package, man. I was gutted.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had rotten luck trying to get hold of the team mod, hasn't he? I know he's finally got one now. But yeah, it took him a while.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got a basic.
I'd got a basic and the what's it?
I mean, this really for an 18650, they hit.
They were cracking mods, man. They were cracking mods.
I've just picked it up now, and it was perfectly clean. And I've just put dirty fingers on it.
Good. Be nice and patinaed for when.
This little one I got off Vinny, it's not a T mod, but it's a very low serial number. Aftermath.
Yeah. That was originally mine, weren't it? And I don't know what's it again. That was a nice piece of kit.
Yeah, man. It's like pride for my collection, really. I want to try and get some of the old stuff. Do you know what I mean? Number 14, seriously low.
Andy had all of my old stuff, man. I had a lot. Like I say, I mean, I had the Battle Worn Wolverine, the stacked.
I've got that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the pop.
Yeah.
We are in
the white tip, which won't come out.
Definitely.
Mate, I mean, that was another gorgeous mod, man. I enjoyed taking pictures of that.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean? It was one of them. You know what I'm going to do when Ariel's on later?
That one.
Yes. When Ariel's on later, I'm going to say to him, let's have a look at your aftermath. Let's have a look at your other bit. Let's have a look at your other one. I'm going to have that collection, grub it up to hell.
How do I get in?
Yeah, you need to go on the link I sent you in Facebook Messenger, buddy. You got through YouTube. You go on that link I sent you in Messenger.
Do you need an extra spot?
Back in a minute. Won't be long.
How many are they bringing on, Vinny?
I think it might just be Earl.
I was going to say, if they've got
I think
two
Chris
and
has,
they want to
Chris has gone off cam anyway, so
I'm not
yeah,
entirely
he's coming
sure.
back. He's coming back in a minute. I was going to say, if anybody needs a spot, if they want to bring a second person on, they're more than welcome.
I'll just drop Chris down just in case.
yeah.
So, I was going to say it's no problem. I mean, I can go back and do some stuff on the page. So,
Oh, I'm going 80th Amendment. Screw it.
Do it.
you going the whole hog? Gone quiet.
There's
now.
Elle. Here we go. Let's bring Elle up.
Hello,
Hello,
Elle.
Elle.
Hi, El.
What's up,
What did you
guys?
do? All right, man.
Oh, no.
Afternoon.
Bangers.
Hi.
I feel
How you
What's up,
doing,
guys?
Elle?
Doing good, man.
Fantastic. Glad to have you on.
We're doing good. We're on day 2 of our long stretch.
This is the second day.
Yeah, we'll all
second
be
day
the
was
same by that.
11 hours yesterday. Another 11 today. Yeah, welcome to Dolpho. Great to have you, Elle. Really great to have you.
Amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Amazing.
So how are you guys doing?
All good, man. All good.
Very good. Tired? It feels like we've actually been to an expo, as opposed to sitting in our houses. But yeah, it's going great so far.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm also in the house, man. I'm in the Philippines right now, and we're in
Yeah.
total lockdown, so can't go out, can't do anything.
Yeah, same here. It's been what, 8 weeks for us now, nearly 12, something like that. It's
I don't know,
yeah,
man. I've given up counting.
we've lost track of days.
If anything,
It's been crazy, man. Since March has been
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah, it's kind of just blurred into one. So thank you for joining us. You're from Dovpo. We've got a question there from Rabbit. How did Dovpo come about, and what does the name mean?
I'm not entirely sure what the name actually means because I've been with Dolpho since January. Yeah. Plus, we're going to be doing a rebranding of some sorts. So
Yeah.
there's something to watch out for.
Oh, brilliant! Is that something which is coming up soon?
Yeah, we've been planning it since January, since I got in.
Brilliant. And so you've obviously got quite a lot of success at the minute, especially with the likes of the Odin. We've seen teasers out there for the new single version of it. Have you got any more information you can give us on that?
Right now, I can't release any of the data. but I can tell you guys that we have been listening to the consumers.
Yeah.
Of course, we had success with the the Mono SQ.
Yeah.
It's a DNA 75C, so and it's a single 1860 battery. Now we're doing it with the Odin Mini. So that's the Odin 200 watts, right?
Yeah.
So basically, we have a mini version, which is, I don't know if you guys watched the Vaping Bogan's live stream, but when he did it on his Patreon, he did show, or he did say some of the details, which is like it will be a single battery mod.
Yeah.
It is drastically smaller than like this. It's drastically smaller than that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit smaller than the clutch. Yeah. It will. Yeah. See, I did something different with my clutch because I had the red and the black one, so I did the red.
I like that. I like that red black mix.
Right.
That's very nice.
We might be selling the door panels for the clutch, so you can switch it out. We're still planning. There's still a lot of planning going on, man.
That'll be really good to see, because I know I'm one of them. I like customizing mods and changing things about like that. So yeah, that'll be really good to see something like custom doors, like a red mod with something fancy on it, you know. So yeah, that'd be brilliant.
I think a lot of people are looking more aesthetically at product now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
man.
so it's
I agree.
important to have that sort of, you know, diversity with the availability now of extra bits.
Yeah, like if you're looking at the industry right now, there's almost nothing that you can improve on. Like the flavor is all there, the clouds are all there. You know, airflow is this and that. Especially since the I don't want to name other brands, but the Zeus when it came out with the first actual 3D airflow, and then it transitioned into the RDAs, and now it's everywhere. So you know, flavor is really good with 3D airflow. Now we're looking at pod systems. When we're looking at pod systems now, we can't do a 3D airflow pod system yet, but eventually it will get there.
Yeah. No, it's good to hear, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got a bit of a personal question for you, Earl. What drew you personally to Dovpo then? Because obviously you've worked with Tofu, Sarah's Vape, just to name a few. What drew you into Dovpo?
My career has been left and right. And if you guys know, I started with Geek Vape, and then I moved with Ofo. I did some work with Hell Vape, Series Vape. I did a design with them. Now I'm with Dovpo, and then I went back and forth with Ofo and Hell Vape. And, you know, it's been a ride. The reason why I'm with Dovpo right now is because they hired me for the whole rebranding initiative.
Right.
Because I do have my own page, the Vape Professors. I'm a graduate of design and marketing.
Yeah.
With a master's because I didn't finish my master's yet. With a master's in human behavioral psychology, so all of this is being tied in to marketing. This is why I'm like more of a specialist when it comes to marketing and design.
Right. I say you've designed for so many companies. I just wondered what drew you there. That was all. I was just a curious question from me personally.
Yeah.
So where are you guys? Yep. Everyone's from UK, right?
Yeah, apart from Rabbit, who's USA. He'll be on later on, but he may pop up in the comments. I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, he put one of the first questions up. So Nathan, he's one of our other panel members. He's obviously 5 hours behind us. He's in America, so it's still quite early for him at the minute.
What time is it there?
Here it's 7:30, almost 8
PM or AM?
Because you're PM, because you're ahead of us.
PM.
Yeah, I live in the future.
What winning lottery numbers?
Justify that. Tell us how this show's going.
The future is bleak, man. The future is bleak.
So how are you finding things over there with the market and everything else? Obviously, you say you're in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a good friend of mine, John G. I mean, I keep in touch with him quite a lot from Valiant, and he says that, you know, obviously there's things been going on over the past couple of months, not just with the COVID relations, but regulations over there for yourselves. How's things over there?
They are trying really hard to ban vaping, but it doesn't seem tangible because there are a lot of people in the Senate that are looking at vaping as a taxable income. So as long as they're getting paid taxes and we're doing the whole process of registration, I don't see it going away anytime soon. Plus, you guys know that like a lot of Filipinos, like a lot of Filipinos are vapers. We love our mechs, we love our pods, we love our regulated, especially mechs, man. Local mechs are just insane. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say we see a lot coming out. I mean, to be funny, I mean, not being funny, we you know, the quality and sort of the care that you guys put into products and everything else, you know, it's obvious. You know, when you look at markets like, you know, not being funny, but China and stuff like that, you can physically see the difference in the quality that gets turned out and stuff like that. Not saying that China's bad by any means, because it's not. There's some great products coming out of there, but it's the handmade touches you guys put into the sort of product itself that actually shows through. So
Yeah,
definitely.
If I may explain, right? For example, the clutch mod, right? With the clutch mod, it's basically a 3-part mod: 2 door panels, right? And then you have the main body. In the Philippines, if we ever do something like this, we craft, like we will craft every single inch of that, handmade, right? We will make indentations here. We will make crafting everywhere. So that's the main difference I see between any kind of mass-produced versus hand custom-made mechanical mods. But if you're looking for pound-for-pound powers, right? Pound-for-pound power in the Philippines, we tend to not use like telluriums or like naval brass because that's very rare in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But the Filipino handmaids, the way that they differ is they don't lose voltage drop because of the design of its mechanics. Right here in the clutch, you can keep it as simple as possible because you can like mass produce this. You can order bulk orders, and it will cost you a lot less than a Filipino mod. Now, when you're looking at silver is like really expensive, and it's like if you're looking at that, it's pure silver contacts. In the Philippines, to get pure silver, it's a huge deal, right?
Yeah,
it's a huge deal in the Philippines. So what they do is they lessen voltage drop through the mechanical design.
No,
Going back
it's,
to the quality, obviously I've reviewed the SQ topside that Dogpo made as well, and Josh has got his chip there. I could not see the difference in the quality of that and the manufacturing compared to the normal SQs which are made here in the UK. It was absolutely faultless, and yeah, like we were saying, good production wherever it is good production. I don't care where it's made personally. If it's good production, it's good production, and that was faultless and an absolutely stunning device.
Yeah, we have everyone in the world to thank for that, because the demand of the consumer is pushing Chinese manufacturing to a next level. Like we cannot afford to have loose chips or indentations or something wrong with the mech. In China, when in Dogpo, particularly in Dogpo, because Dogpo, our factory is with the office, right? So the product team and the engineers, they can like go down to the CNC machines, and they can actually check on the CNC.
Yeah.
Versus other companies, they're located in Shenzhen, and their factories are like 20 miles, 30 miles away, so they have to go back and forth. That's a huge difference. When you're looking at Smock, Dovpo, Smock and Wotofo, their offices are way off from the factory.
Yeah.
Like when I was working there, they would wake me up and they would tell me, "Hey Earl, today we're at the factory. Tomorrow we're at the office." So I can't go to the office and then back and forth and back and forth. With Dovpo, I just have to like go downstairs. This is a huge advantage for Dovpo, because when we're doing a product, even for just marketing, right? If someone tells us, "Hey, are there any door panels? Because I need a repair," so we can actually check the inventory. Like all we need to do is like go down and check the inventory, versus calling the factory and everything else. So that's what I like about Dovpo right now.
I suppose it helps speeding up production time as well, because if the engineers find there's an issue with the design, they can come directly to you. They don't have to wait for you to get to the office or anything like that. There's no waiting for you to reply to emails or anything like this. They can come straight to you and say, "Hey, there's a problem with this," straight away. We can jump on it. So it will speed that process up for you guys no end, I should imagine.
Yeah. This is one of the issues I faced when I was doing my own mechanical mod, because I was in the Philippines when I developed it.
Yeah.
So they would have to mail it to me. I'd have to send the corrections back, and then they'd mail me another. So it took me like almost 2 years to release that mod.
Yeah. there's
versus
going to be costs involved. The cost involved in that as well, because obviously it's being mailed out. You're then having to take the time to mail it back, and it's crazy.
And you know, I am a very strict follower of the law. So when they say that we have to pay customs for taxes and import taxes, I have to pay for import taxes. So you can imagine, it was like I was buying my mod again and again and again. Versus with Dopo, right? With Dopo, when they told me, "Hey Earl, we have a new product coming out," I was like, "Oh, when can I see it? Oh, you want to see it? Let's go." So you know, when they told me about the clutch, they were like, "Hey, we have a mechanical mod that's about to be launched. What do you think about it?" I'm like, "I don't know." And the boss is like, "What do you mean you don't know? You can check on it." So he took me down and we checked on the clutch. I was like, "Oh my god!" You know.
Yeah, I mean, getting on to, you know, when you say about machining and stuff, I mean, Oliver Johnson there, Oggy Morningstar, he's very, very sort of passionate when it comes to machining and all that. He understands that completely. I mean, you know, and he's put there, he's never moving my dog poetry. Yeah, man, so, you know.
That's a big compliment. That's a big compliment coming from Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver's also
He's very passionate.
Yeah, Ollie's machine.
Yeah, he's Morningstar.
He's got his
so yeah. I mean, I mean, for me, when you talk about CNC machining and everything else, a lot of it goes over my head. I mean, for that guy, he really appreciates good quality work. So I mean, to get that sort of recommendation from him, you know, that speaks wonders about Dovpo. So you know, fair play.
Yeah.
Thank you. If you're looking at it, eventually, all the modders in China, they will have to catch up with machining.
Yeah.
Because you know, big brands are already starting. Dovpo, League Vape, Tofu, a lot of like big name brands are investing heavily in CNC.
Yeah.
Some are still doing the whole molding and what was that? Multi printing, but to me, 3D printing, it's really reliable if you know your materials. Because as a research and development, I did a lot of reading. And if you guys don't know anything about me, you should know one thing about me. I have Asperger's, and it's not on the lower spectrum. My Asperger's is on the higher spectrum. So when I need to do something, when my boss tells me, "Hey Earl, we're coming up with a pod," like I get a pod and I study it and I read and I read and I read. So now this is what I'm trying to bring to Dovpo, because Dovpo has been doing like really good so far, and we want to keep that on the roll. So when they brought me in for rebranding, we did discuss a lot of products and the possibilities, and I brought in my expertise when it comes to metallurgy, what metals can we use, should we be using silver, should we be using tellurium, this and that. You know, we discussed a lot of things, a lot of things.
No, it's good. It's good to hear that, you know, and it's testament to them that they're willing to look for that skill to bring in-house and, you know, develop and everything else. So, you know, not only for yourself to develop, but also, you know, them as a brand, them with products and stuff. So, you know, it's nice that they've took that time out to find the right people to put into the right areas.
And you always get critics everywhere. So,
yeah.
The paint job needs to be stepped up, Daryl says. Yeah, admittedly, the paint job kind of needs to be stepped up. We are still looking for paint suppliers and painters to do the right job. With the Odin Mini, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we did hire a different paint person. So I would love to see it. My sample is coming in a few days. I will check the quality on the paint. I will check like everything. But you know, the DNA
in respect to that, it's good to see that, You know, I mean, a lot of people, some people just come in like that and immediately go defensive. You know, it's good to see that you've already acknowledged that problem, or, you know, issue with a previous, and you're already on to the next stage of, you know, developing that, making it better. You know, you're a step ahead of the game all the time, so to speak. You're very critical of your own product to the point where, you know, you're already preparing for the next stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. The owner of Dogpo, actually, when he bought like me into the whole rebranding initiative, he did discuss that he wanted, like, and he made it very, very, very clear that he wanted it to focus a lot more on the customer experience.
Yeah.
So we are going to expand with global partners. We are going to expand on a more user-friendly website. We are still working on the website, you know, so it's more fluid.
Yeah,
for everyone using.
But that's the thing. I mean, you know, as you say now, you know, it's a work in progress. You know, you're sort of all coming together as a one big unit, and you know that's going to show in the product coming forward. You know, so hats off to, you know, fair play. You know, anybody that is sitting there, you know, already, like I say, acknowledging issues with what they believe, you know, and listening to customers, you know, it can only generate more success for you. So best of luck for you.
Yeah.
What's our plans for Dogpo in the future? What are what you next steps within Dogpo itself, mod wise?
Mod wise, the next step. That's kind of hard to answer because the market demand is fluctuating a lot. Right? Right now, if you're looking at mods, the company is looking towards satisfying the demand, and the demand for mods is it's shrinking. You know, high-end chips are not what they used to be. Like people used to go for like the DNAs, the Yeehys, and I forgot the other one that people are always looking for, the black and white simple one. They're not what they used to be anymore. Like generic chips, they're like almost on the same level right now as the DNA, except for the customizability. You know, for example, if you're looking at the Odin 200, it's custom chip, but the custom chip was designed to function as close as possible to a DNA 200.
We've said a few times that chip chip you guys have is a fantastic chip.
Yeah.
Chip in there, the proprietary chip is amazing. It is truly amazing. I have a DNA and that fires, and it's just as good as the DNA, except the fact you can't customize it like you said, El. It is a absolute superb chip.
One thing which I've noticed as well that you guys are doing now is you're looking at it more as a consumer. So you're not just saying, right, let's just make these mods and bash them out the door. You're saying, if I was a person going into a shop to buy it, would I like that? You know, that's the direction that I seem to think that Dovpo are going now. You know, they're looking at it critically as if they would spend their own money on it to buy it from a shop. And it's good to see that from, you know, a company like Dovpo, because you don't see that with a lot of the other mod manufacturers out there. They just want it out the door.
Yeah, man, there are manufacturers out there, and I'm not going to name which ones these manufacturers are, but they're more focused on expanding the market through marketing and media, and then the others are just focused on expanding their offices, which is there are huge. I've been to huge offices, and then they're not focusing that much on the factory. Dovpo is like, we don't need a beautiful office. We need good manufacturing. So if you ever in Shenzhen, visit us at our office, you see the office is like really simple. Just walk in, right? You see the reception area, and then when you look to your right, it's all engineers and designers. When you look to your left, it's the doorway towards the factory and the assembly line. If you go down, it's the CNC machines. So, you know, it's heavily invested in the manufacturing aspect.
We'd be interested in seeing that. I mean, if ever you could do you know, don't know if you're able to, but maybe you can share pictures from inside. I mean, we'll always be interested in having them on the pages and, you know, learning more of the inside goings on and stuff, seeing some of the buttons. I mean, you know, some people have given us tours around their shops, their, you know, facilities while they've been on. So, you know, if ever you get some pictures that you can share of that, you know, this is the sort of thing we want to bring, you know, to the viewers now, you know, understanding where you're from, what your backgrounds are, and, you know, what you're doing to offer that product, you know. So it's a good insight for people that already know the brand and them that don't, to appreciate that brand a bit more, because it's something that you don't necessarily get to see from many manufacturers, to be fair. So, you know, it's nice to have that personal connection and sort of, you know, bring that through. So if ever you've got anything you want to share from that, by all means, you know, put it on a page.
Man. We did plan to do that, but we don't have any video gear. So what I did was I did upgrade my phone to a Samsung S10 Plus so I can shoot. I did get my gimbal stabilizer, so I purchased one, and I did purchase a laptop for video editing, which is I'm gonna bring video back into Dolpho. So when I get back to China, that's when I can shoot.
Excellent, man. We'll be looking forward to seeing that. We have had some comments from a couple of people. You need more pink and purple mods.
Actually, I've been pushing because here's the thing: have any of you guys ever seen a company that has purple as their color, main color? It's always the greens, the blues, the reds, right? So I've been pushing it really hard. I've been pushing it really, really, really hard, like pink or purple.
Excellent, because there's clearly people out there that are asking for them.
I know the other night on the Bogan's live stream, he has a DNA. It is obviously the Odin DNA, and he had that custom purple, and people went mental for it. People are like, that's amazing, you know. So, purple's a great color.
It is, man. Like, to be completely honest, it's one of my when I was studying design, it was one of my go-to colors. When people told me like, okay, we need a high-end design, it was my number one go-to color, purple.
Yeah. As you can see, I like purple.
I like purple as well.
So yeah, they clearly.
I mean, you can clearly see Josh
likes purple.
Just like somebody's just put in the chat, pink and purple is just an inside joke, but hopefully all can push it. By the sounds of it, they're going to get their wish. Now somebody's actually saying pink and glow in the dark buttons.
That's the boss.
It's Blem.
The boss is there.
Sometimes that might actually be helpful in the night time.
Blem is actually part. Romel Blem de Luna. He's actually part of the Dolpho team. He's also in marketing.
Excellent.
Oh, brilliant.
Excellent.
And if anyone has ever known me from any of my lives or any of my product designs, they know that I collect pink mechanicals. I collect pink mechanical mods. I have a custom pink DJV neck. I have a custom pink Purge, which is I think it's Back to Basics version 4. I have a pink Batala, pink and white. I have a pink V-God. Like, I have a lot of pink mechs. Batala, see?
I'm sure if we find any pink mechs, we know who to hit up with them there.
I mean, it's not the only one of the
power, you know. Obviously, this is your design.
Yeah.
Have you seen the other quite well-named manufacturer you just mentioned who has done a very similar design to this?
Purge.
Which one?
Purge.
They've done a very, very similar design to this.
No, actually, I have a lot of friends in Purge. Jonathan, Mean Green John, Jonathan Cold Buckland, if I'm not mistaken, Berkler. Right? I have a lot of friends in Purge because I'm also a huge fan of Purge. I used to be a huge fan of Purge. Like, I used to collect almost every single Purge mod that I could get my hands on. right?
Fair play.
So what I did was when I designed my Batala, just as a friendly, nudge to the purge guys, I sent them 5 of my units.
Fair play.
Nice.
I actually had one, and that is now in America with Rabbit. I actually sent him over mine. He was like, I've got to see that mod. I've got to see that mod. And I was like, I'll send you my one, and I'll send it over there. So there is one in America now as well. I'll get him on it later.
And the strangest part about that design that I did, it's a pure Filipino design. Like, it's a pure Filipino design that I designed specifically for the Filipino market. There are only 10 of those in the Philippines.
Not everywhere else.
Specifically to the Philippines, it ends up everywhere else.
It's
the way it is.
It got into the UK faster than it got into the Philippines.
That's crazy.
What is the process behind you coming up with designs? Actual process. Thought from beginning in your head to actually having a physical prototype in your hands.
It depends on which design you're talking about. Like, I design anything from pods to mechanicals, RDAs,
in general,
RDAs.
of all the products that you've been involved with over the years.
The first thing I look at is the market. Like, when the people are asking for an RTA, that's when this is the design process I went through with the Zeus. Okay, what happened was, during that time, the company came to me and they were asking me, like, what would you do? What can you do? So I sent them a few sketches of some RTAs because that's what they were asking for. And then when I sent them the process for the RTAs, they were like, hey, this already exists. I'm like, yeah, this exists, but what is the demand? So I looked at the market, and everyone is like, oh, the flavor is like this, but it's leaking like that, it's leaking like this. So I was thinking, okay, how do I make an airflow that retains the flavor of a bottom feeder, but does not leak like a top feeder?
Yeah.
So that's where I started. So I came up with 7, 8 sketches. Right? When I got the sketches right, I was looking at the airflow and I was like, okay, so how can I improve the airflow? Then I went and talked to a aerodynamics engineer from the US. I forget his name right now, but I talked with him and he was like, okay, the law of thermodynamics is if you compress the air, you produce cooler air. I was like, yeah. So I also then looked at how vapes work, like hot coils in contact with really cold air. So I was looking at is, okay, so I need to compress the air to make it super cool. So when it hits a really hot coil, it produces a lot of vapor. So step by step, I changed the airflow system. Now the problem with that 3D airflow system, if you're coming from the top and you're going to the bottom, right? If all the airflow is the same, it cuts the airflow at the bottom, because majority of the air is already spent at the top.
Yeah.
So what we did is I created a cheese grater system. So the top airflow is smaller holes. The bottom airflow has a massive hole. So when it goes downwards, it's like a cheese grater. It just shreds the air. So we get air compression on the top, and at the bottom we have the free airflow.
So it's like pushing the air out. Yeah, it's cool.
That's how I did it.
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, somebody takes a design, knocks it up on a CAD machine, you're talking about going to aerodynamic experts just to,
for airflow.
That's some investigating, if you know what I mean.
It's my thing, man.
Dedication to a project.
It's a whole different level, to understand what goes in.
When I did the Batala, I was looking at voltage drop because that is the number one thing that mechanical mods. That's the number one problem that mechanical mods have, voltage drop. So I was looking at a hybrid, but I also wanted it to be able to use a 21700 down to an 18650. Now, if you're using an adapter system, right? If you're using an adapter system, the pin at the bottom, it creates a lot of voltage drop because it's a separate pin before the firing pin. So you need a direct contact from the battery's bottom to the top, so a hybrid pin and the bottom. So I was looking at telescopic mods. So when you're doing a telescopic mods, there's a 3-body brake, a 3-point body brake, the 5-pin on the top, the middle, and then the bottom for the switch. And I was looking at that, and it would cause. And I was looking at it, and I was saying that, hey, and this is going to cause a lot of voltage drop. So what I did was I emailed the company in a foundry, and I was asking them about the specs of copper. And that is when I found out that there's a lot of types of coppers. Like there's a lot of types of coppers in the world. There are a lot of branches. So I pretended that I was doing my thesis. And I asked for the specs and processes. And then they told me that you can fold or you can anneal or deoxygenize copper and tellurium. So I was looking at tellurium because tellurium has a higher conductivity rate than regular copper. When they showed me tellurium 1, I was like, oh wow, this is amazing, but it's extremely expensive. Yeah. I couldn't get it down. So I couldn't get the costing down. So what I did was I asked about tellurium 2 and the processes that they can do to eliminate all of the impurities. Is what they call it, impurities. So what we did with the series vape, we had tellurium 2. When they got the tellurium 2, they went through another process for filtering out the impurities. So it's pure tellurium 2. This raised the voltage drop, or this dropped the voltage drop by at least 10-20%. And then for the contact switch, we did try galvanized finish, but galvanization is when you dip in liquid metal. We didn't like the whole galvanization because it didn't give the power that I wanted. We did try electroplating, but then again, it's still not good enough. So we went through a process called molecular bonding. We molecular bonded the silver to the copper. By doing that, you break down the silver into its elements, right? So it becomes like a powdered substance. Then you drop the copper into the vat or distilled water, so there's no impurities, right? Then you run electric volts, like 9 volts, 10 on a positive node. Then when you connect the negative node, the silver molecules bond themselves to the molecules of the copper. This way, you get that. If you're looking at the contact pin of the Batala, it's extremely smooth, right? It's because it's molecular bonded, and then you polish it off.
Vinny's
you barely get any kind of art.
This subscription is now. Let's check it out.
Vinny's like, I haven't noticed this.
You barely get any kind of arcing on it.
Now, I've got a slightly different question. It's sort of about manufacturing. I don't know how much you'll be able to answer it. So, like, when you sort of partner up with someone, say you've partnered up with obviously SQ on these, and I know that design was their design, and you guys are manufacturing it, but even things like the Odin and stuff like that, like how much input comes from you guys, and say like the Odin, does he give you like a full design, or do you back and forth ideas? I mean, I don't know how much you can say.
The thing about it is it gets lost because sometimes, right? For example, Bogan comes to us, right? He's like, "Hey, I have a design in mind." Or there are also times that we go to Bogan and we're like, "Hey, do you have a design for this?" So, the percentage gets lost in between the start and the end, because it goes back and forth so many times. We tell him, "Hey, do you have an idea?" He says, "Hey, how about this? 360-degree airflow." So when he tells us, the engineers try and make the designs based on his ideas. If it's impossible, we tell him, "Hey, bro, it's impossible to CNC this because this and that is on a different kind of angle, and the CNC machine won't get that." So we suggest something. "Hey, how about we do it like this?" And it goes back. And then he says, "Oh, wow, I like this idea, but then again, can you expand on this and expand on that?" He sends it back, and it goes back and forth, and it just gets, so we can't tell you the exact percentile,
No, of course.
Yeah. But
There you go. It's been sat on my shelf for 3 months, and that's how clean that contact is.
No. I mean, it's good to hear that, you actually, that's the level of investment that goes into the product. You've got this try or die attitude. You'll try anything, you'll take what people say. And as you say, if it can't be done, you say it can't be done, or you will try and develop it in a way that, it's at least tried. It's good that there's so many people involved within that product to get it to where it finally is. It's not something that you generally hear about every day. Everybody says, this is my product. Da, da, da. You're not afraid of that. You're sort of, this person's had input. We took him from that. It's really good. It's really good. I think it's right.
And the whole thought process of how you're going to get that silver onto that contact is amazing. Absolutely amazing process.
There you go. I think it's
They
funny.
are a clean mud, man.
Sorry?
They are a very clean mud. I mean, I don't know how that you called before, but it is nice that, you do listen to people. You're a very open-minded, and you've got a broad sort of sense of looking at things, and then scaling it back and to get a final design. It's wicked.
Like Dopo does it a lot, man. Like my boss, Jackie is the owner. He's like, he loves asking people stuff. The main reason why he's collaborating so much with these reviewers is to learn more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very much, it's not so much a brand. It's more of a community project in that sort of sense. So
to be honest,
it's good to see that level of unity and that level of collabing happening.
There's a lot of that going on, man. Like there's a lot of that going on. During my time with Rodolfo, one of the best people I know when it comes to design is Leon. He's the product design head of Rodolfo. And then now I'm with Rodolfo. Like they're really, really, really into collaborations to learn about development of the products. Like as soon as they found out that I was project head for some of these top products that have been released, they're like, "Oh, you designed this? You designed this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So they started asking me about stuff that we can do. Hey, what can we look forward to? What kind of products should we look forward to when we're going throughout the year of 2021 and 2020? So we had a lot of discussions during the time when I was in China in January.
Excellent, man. I mean, the thing for me, this whole thing is giving us the opportunity and stuff. But I mean, talking to yourself, talking to Obi last night and a few of the others, it's given me, I'm learning all the time from this.
Yeah.
So, it's helping get that message across. And, I'm amazed at some of the stuff I've been hearing over the last, 24 hours. So, it's helped so much with doing this and stuff. So, I can only say to yourself, thank you. It's one of them. It's been a good lesson learned in the last hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
I think
If you guys have any ideas, for products, like you can tell us.
Awesome, man.
We love hearing input. Like if you have any input on the clutch or like the Odin or the clutch. Right?
Well,
if you have any input
I
on
have
that,
actually done my review of my Odin yet, and the only negative I have for this whole device was the fact that it didn't have a bypass mode. I would love to have seen a bypass mode.
Is that the 200 or the DNA?
That's the 200.
The 200. Here's the thing with the bypass mode. I never trust any kind of bypass mode on a regulated device, because even if you're trying to bypass it and it says bypass, there are still MOSFETs and regulators that are in the mod, that are physically inside the mod, that it won't give you, it will tell you that it's giving you 8.4 volts, but it's actually not giving you 8.4 volts, right? So I never trust a bypass mode on a device. Like, I don't think Jackie also.
I'd like to have seen that myself.
Yeah, I think, okay, if we can do a firmware update that does a bypass mode, I think it should cut off at around 7.4. Because 8.4 is a serious mechanical mod. We don't tend to think about building for a series when it comes to regulating devices. So if a beginner accidentally puts like a 0.12 or a 0.20 on an 8.4 bypass,
it's bad. It's a bad day.
I actually like. I'll tell you what I've liked about yourself is the fact that when these little sort of things have come up, straight away you've got the answer. It's like, well, we didn't do that because of, and there's a totally. It's not the fact that you didn't do it because it just wasn't done. You know what I mean? There is a genuine reason behind why it hasn't been done. You've left nothing to chance. You've left nothing to sort of open to sort of, potential, harm for someone. So, that's massive for you.
That's what happens because the company itself is asking vapers, like in the forums. Even right now, when they hired me, they asked me, like, how long have you been vaping? I was like, hey, I started off with those cigarette-looking types. I've been vaping for almost 13 years now. I've done everything. I've except tricks. I've done everything, like cloud chasing, builds, and everything.
What got you into vaping originally? What is your backstory to getting into vaping?
I used to smoke 3 packs a day.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that is my main reason, man.
I mean, there was a question there from Darren Bashan. I hope I've got that right. He said, I think we need a bottom airflow where the airflow can come through the glass disc on the bottom of your RDA.
The problem with the glass is if there is a chance of overheating the glass and it powderizes, you're going to be inhaling shards of glass.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do something like that, it's better to look at something like there is something that it did with research called aluminum glass. It's not glass; it's transparent aluminum.
Yeah.
So if we can, if that becomes cheap, like if that becomes really, really cheap, it could be part of the vaping industry someday.
Sorted. I like the fact that you're mentioning stuff that, I mean, for me, I've never heard of it. Is anybody else? You know what I mean? It's like, we're sort of sitting here expecting to be talking about, your mod and this, that, and the other. And it's like you're often, it's like, there's this available, As you said, a lot of it comes down to about price and stuff. You know what I mean? But it's nice that you're already looking that far ahead at, other sort of materials and stuff to bring into the industry.
So we are a manufacturing company. So you will expect at one point, because of the market, we will be looking at pods, right?
Yeah.
So here are some of the things that I've been studying for you could possibly see Adobo. Not saying it will be, not saying it won't be, but possibly, right? I've been looking really close at wicking. I've been looking really close at wicking, right? Because the number one problem with OCCs is even though the wire lasts, the cotton doesn't. Because it's constantly contacted by juice, right? So here are some of the things that I've researched and found out. Eucalyptus fibers. You can actually use eucalyptus fibers and it has antibacterial properties. Who knew, right? Then you also have like the bamboo fibers. Bamboo fibers burn at a higher temperature, so you won't get that burnt taste. It also retains, what was that again? Antibiotic properties, same as eucalyptus leaf. We also have soy fibers, we have flaxseed paper, right? So these are some of the things that I've been researching for Dovebo. And we're
Wow.
also looking at coils, right? Coils, temperature control and everything like that. We're looking at coils, we're looking at nichrome, we're looking at Canthal, and we're looking at titanium. But then again, these are the top stainless steel, by the way. Stainless steel. So these four are the ones that have been used for so long. I'm looking at FE iron knife. There's something called Canthal and iron put together, and it's called knife. We're also looking at different types of nichrome. I did make a wire before that it's a special blend of nichrome that I cannot tell, because if I tell, other companies will start copying my wire. So, you know, we're looking at that. We're looking at knife. We're looking at different types of steel that we can use that will retain temperatures. So when you vape on it, it doesn't need to be at constant 40 volts or 40 watts. It could actually change the whole temperature control game. And instead of temperature control, it will just be dry hit proof.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
like
at a certain point, it will just cut off.
I like the innovation. I like the, you know, I mean, to me, that's thinking, you know, way off, which in reality, I suppose, isn't too far away with regards to the industry.
Right. And then another thing that has not been done with pods that I have suggested to many companies, but it seems that it's not doable. But then again, okay, hear me out. You just hear me out for a second, right? Right? If we can do 18650s, we can power it. So if we can power it, we can make it touchscreen. And a lot of companies have told me, if you're going touchscreen, it's going to be too big because of the chip. You guys know this, right? These are These are wireless touch-sensitive headphones. So if you slide up, the volume goes up. If you slide down, the volume goes down. If you can put it in something this small, come on.
You can put it on.
I'm looking forward.
I told Dove for this. And they're like, hey, yeah, that's a brilliant fucking idea. If we can put it in a headphone, we can put it in a pod. So maybe not.
Yeah.
That'd actually be kind of cool. You just want to turn the temperature, slide the finger off. Done. Just don't slide it too much, otherwise you get max voltage and just burn your coil out instantly.
That's the thing. Because with touch sensitivity, especially on earphones, there is a way to control. So if you slide up too fast, it's like when you're playing Counter-Strike, right? You can control the sensitivity of the mouse. So it's the same thing with this. You can actually program it to go at a slower pace. So if you're sliding it up, you can go with 1 wattage increments, right? You can also pressurize it. So if you're putting too much pressure on it, because if you hard press this, it also has a function. So if you're hard pressing on it and then you slide up, you can go 5 watt increments. Versus if you're just sliding out lightly, you can go 1 watt. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would be
very, very cool.
We like more innovation. More innovation. That's what we like.
Yeah.
Bill, thank you very much for joining us, brother. It's been an absolute honour to have you on our show today. And I think you've just actually shown people the in-depth thought process that goes on behind a lot of the devices that you've been associated with.
Yeah.
For that is truly amazing. You've actually blown my mind a bit today with some of the stuff you told us. If I'm completely honest with you,
I could listen to for hours, I reckon.
I never actually thought anyone had actually thought of using bamboo as a cotton, as a type of wicket. That was like, that's actually a pretty cool idea.
Like I says, it's been interesting and it's been an education. So thank you.
Yeah.
We'll have to get all back on the show.
It's been really nice to meet you.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you very much, Joe. And,
thank you, guys.
Yeah, keep up the good work, brother. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Bye.
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 You have an issue.
Yeah, don't worry, Vinny's just no good at this.
Have we got an issue with sound? Because I've lost virtually all my sound, man.
I can hear you.
We've had a few issues going on with various things. I think that was amazing. That I wasn't kissing ass there. Some of the stuff he said there has blown my mind completely.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, man. I mean, that for me, you know, that was an education. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that one. I've learned a lot from that of stuff that, you know, I genuinely probably wouldn't have asked.
Thank
you,
man.
if you're still watching, buddy, we'll have you back on the show on Sunday night, and you can come and blow our minds a bit more, because that was, yeah.
We'll have to go.
Half of it, I was just like gobsmacked. That was, yeah.
I think what it's gone to show is as well that, you know, being based over in the Philippines and everything like that, that they're not just pushing stuff out the door. They're thinking about what people would like, what they want in the future, making sure those designs are good and developing it. You know what I mean? It's going to break a lot of that stigma of mass-produced, throwing stuff out the door mentality. You know, so he was fantastic. Afternoon, Ron. How you doing, brother?
Afternoon, dude. No, I mean, it's been good. I've been enjoying it.
Unfortunately, Halo Vape 66 has had to put off our next show. Unfortunately, the chap's son has been rushed to hospital, so Halo Vape 66 will not be in our next show. So what we shall do is Mike from the Vape, the Cloud Den, who's on first, can have an extended slot to cover over the Halo Vape, because we all know Mike will talk for England anyway, and he has a lot to show us and everything else. So we'll just extend Mike's the Cloud Den slot over. Hopefully the son from the guy from Halo Vape, hope to God he's okay. He's been rushed to hospital with suspected of the virus. So thoughts and prayers with the family right now.
Yes, definitely.
Sorry, I had to break that into there just so we know where we're going, and obviously send our thoughts and prayers with the family as well right now. Right, guys, are we off for some dinner?
Yeah, let's go get some lunch, and we shall reconvene in.
I think my throat's been cut.
Well, we've got about 25 minutes to get back on it, so go grab something to eat, and we'll see you all then.
In a bit, man.
See you later, guys. Bye.
I'm not ready to end it yet.
We'll just bloody end it then.
Oh, we've got to do it properly.
As if he's buggered off. He's like food. Sod it.
I don't even know which one it is.
Josh, take over.
There isn't.
I've done it.